have a chance to set up the bot.
Okay.
So we can't easily just run it on multiple systems at the moment.
Isn't there something called Restream.io?
Yeah, you basically need to set up a bot that restreams it.
Okay.
Basically like an automated script program that does it for you.
He's up there, Mark Zuckerberg. I'm just trying to understand what you're talking about. I'm just kidding.
The computer does a flashy light bleepy thing and then things
Yes,
happen.
exactly.
That's where I'm at with computers. I just start talking to them and I try to like
Whatever.
convince them.
Computer. Yeah, in your best
Oh,
Captain
God, I
Picard
hack
voice,
things.
computer, dictate these words.
Speaking of which, I found out recently that my laptop is now a desktop.
What does that mean?
Oh.
I can unplug it from the power source.
Oh,
with the
right.
battery.
Oh, yeah, that's
Battery, but those things are expensive for like no reason. So yeah.
Well, again, eBay. Have you looked it up on eBay?
No, I can't even find your panel to open the damn thing up.
It's
No,
on
no,
the
you just
back.
need a
It's
new battery.
plugged in. You
Yeah,
just
I
need a
know,
new
yeah.
battery.
No, like the
You
one that you
unscrew.
like.
You'll have to unscrew the bottom of your laptop, but
Yeah.
you can find it on eBay.
Yeah.
Why is that a thing now?
It's doable.
I remember when you could just like
Unplug it,
like
right.
unplug the
Yeah, you
battery,
gotta unplug it now.
switch it. That's
Yeah, you-
garbage.
Kids these days.
I remember in my day, back in 19-2.
We had floppy disks. These flippity floppy disks.
Hey,
And we were
it's
thankful.
Oregon Trail
They had 512 megabytes of memory.
Nobody beat games.
You
We
know
had
what?
Battle Frogs
Yeah,
and
and they're-
dysentery.
Joust. We had joust.
Joust.
And you wanted to go faster? You hit the buttons faster. Then we were thankful for it. Thank
Audio
you.
check.
Audio
I'm
check.
gonna have people go around and talk at their normal volume levels.
All right.
Just one at a time.
Normal. Go ahead, Josh. Make our day.
Alright, well, my normal volume levels when I get excited are very different from my normal volume levels when I'm not excited.
All right.
Um,
Well, let's hear it.
but if I'm going to do it, like, alright, so what I think we should do is we need to make contact with the Masters. They don't know if we're alive, they don't know if we found the Cathar. The other Cathar don't know that we found the Cathar either. So now that we found their buddies and their family, we got to let them know because we don't even know if they're going to be working together with the Mandalorians until we do. So they might be an ununited force right now. Unless our
Hopefully
Masters are able to bring
the
them
two
together.
houses, we had done enough to bring the two houses together on the battlefields, on the victory fields of the Blood Hunt. So when they were invaded by the Mandalorians, their shared camaraderie and kindred spirits and warrior nature was already up, and being fresh from the battle and being joined, they would go ahead and bond together and put aside any differences that they had. In addition,
I agree, but
and
that's a lot of
look.
hope.
All that stuff is really good.
no, man, it was established. There was a
Yeah,
fresh.
no, but it doesn't do them much good if they're getting
bombarded.
orbit.
Correct. But that's why
So
we
that
need to
should be our-
find the Mandalorian drop ships, or this drop ship of this platoon, and then use that to get back to the Masters.
Maybe
as
I could
quickly
just
as
throw
possible.
Rafi hard enough. Wait, who here weighs the least?
Well, if you throw
You.
me, I'm probably just gonna be dead.
Never mind then.
No,
So,
Rafi. You and I can throw him. We can throw you, and in the ghillie suit, you look like a pretty bird.
I fail to see the reason.
Or a
for that.
large plant. You
With
can
all
go
your-
large,
Yes.
like a bush. Like,
I look like a
true.
shambling mound.
Or in this
With
case,
all of Rafi's armor, he might be more like a speeding missile through the air.
Yeah, pretty much. But as long as, speaking of the air, as long as we can make it back to the tree before their drop ships reach from the top of the sky to like halfway down the
but
sky.
they're already
on
in the
foot?
sky. We've already seen them flying through the atmosphere.
We're gonna
I'd
hoof
rather
it.
just do some other stuff and get ready to fight them at full strength.
Force speed.
We can't fight. Obviously, we're not in fighting condition.
Force speed is not one of my
Oh,
force powers. So I can't go.
No, not yet.
No
be
flashing
enhanced.
across.
all
That'll be
right.
his.
So,
And
yeah, we'll
We're gonna
go on
flash.
set and our videos up.
Yay!
All right.
Hey,
Yes.
everyone, what's going on? Welcome
I don't
to
know
the
if you're
neighborhood.
queso pasta, amigos.
Welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome to the neighborhood game night. My name's David Haddad, and we're going to go through introductions again. And welcome to the last Knights of Cathar, the Flame of Mandalore. And there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to happen this game. It's going to be pretty, hopefully not like super terribly dangerous for everyone, but it's going to be great.
Probably
that. But yeah, let's start off introductions to my left.
Josh.
Yes, I am Karen Halcyon. I am a young Padawan from Corellia. I'm also Joshua Terrell playing the character. But Karen Halcyon, I am a young Padawan sentry from Corellia. I came here with my fellow Padawans to help out in our current quest.
Nice. Josh Terrell, that famous voice actor.
Yeah, that is me.
That's you. I love that.
They don't need to know yet. I'm Padawan tonight. Padawan
Okay,
tonight.
fair enough. Well, hi everybody. My name is Bob Carter. Welcome to the neighborhood. Thank you very much. Yes, welcome here to the neighborhood. We're a teaching and production studio. We are your safe, fun, creative place for you to come and explore your own creativity, and of course, have some fun and game. So that's what tonight is all about. So my character is Samar Xylem, the Nautilon Arbiter, who is doing what he can to bring the two great houses of the Cathar together. And now that we have just found this lost couple that supposedly ran off, now we're about to find out the truth behind the rumors. We're going to potentially stop a Mandalorian invasion, or we're going to just try to survive a Mandalorian invasion. After all, tonight's episode is called The Flame of Mandalore. So what do you guys say we set them on fire?
I'm good with this.
Yes.
Solid plan.
Yeah.
Set them on fire.
Flaming
Yes.
Mandalorians.
Yes,
With
Flaming
fire.
Mandalorians.
Yeah.
Like pink armor.
That's how you get flaming Mandalorians.
Yes.
By the way.
Yes.
Set them on fire.
Yeah.
All right.
That's one way.
Well, I'm George. I don't like saying my last name.
Ogre.
It's Ogarusi, but you can call me George Ogre or George Lotus if you're looking for.
George Lotus.
Yeah.
I think
So
I like
zen.
the regular one
Yeah.
better.
Where is that?
Yeah, I don't like the Lotus part. It makes me seem too chill.
If you combine it, you got
Anyway.
Joker.
Loger.
If you combine it, you got Joker.
Which is like a Jaeger, but short.
A Joker bomb.
You guys are going way over my head with this.
All right.
I just took a nap, okay? All right, hi, yeah. I'm George. I'm playing Gascang Drachmalos, a Zabrak executioner and Jedi Padawan, who he focuses much less on the lightsaber stuff, more on throwing spears as hard as possible and ripping people's arms off.
Because that's what you do. As a
Yes.
Jedi.
By accident.
Not at all. That was by design. And you executed it to the utmost.
Bob, do I look like an IKEA?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
IKEA sell executioners?
Yeah. You can buy anything at IKEA. Are you kidding me? They
Yes,
control the
I guess that
lingonberry
makes
trade
sense.
worldwide.
I mean, yeah. I just go there for Veterans Day snacks.
Is this a conspiracy?
Yeah, apparently it is.
No,
Yes,
it's a
they
fact.
can. They come. Wait, you're telling me that IKEA
I would not be surprised.
controls the lingonberry trade?
Yeah. Yeah, no, dead serious. They control the stock price of any. If you want to go buy lingonberries, like if a distillery wants to use lingonberries as a aromatic for their, let's say they're making a gin, and they get it for one price of 1 year, and they have a supplier, they say they up the price of a different thing. They're like, yeah, all of it's controlled by IKEA. They're the ones who are directly in charge of the lingonberry trade.
Wow.
So
They have a monopoly on
I
it.
guess that makes, I guess that kind of makes
I had
sense.
no idea that was a thing.
Yeah, I didn't either until like a couple days ago.
It's like the beers
So are you
and
telling us that
diamonds
you're a
just
lingonberry
tastier.
smuggler?
No, I'm telling you that IHOP is a little bit overpriced.
Next character.
I like
Lingonberry smuggler.
I like it.
You heard it first, folks.
All right, yeah.
Sorry, Shay.
Now you make me hungry.
For
Oh,
lingonberry?
right.
No,
Also,
yeah.
hi, I'm Shay.
Hi, Shay.
Hi, Shay.
Hi, Shay.
I'm going to be playing Rafi Korin, whose motto is, if you can take a tank round, you can, take pretty much most other things. So,
Isn't that from dodgeball?
that's
Isn't it
fair.
like if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball?
yeah, that's where
Yes.
I started, and then once you take a tank round, it's just kind of the end of most of the things.
Yes.
Okay, that's
I don't
fair.
know.
Yeah.
That was my last game where I played a tough character. His
Yeah.
motto was take a tank round. So
All
it's
right.
pretty much going to be kind of this one's just take a tank round and hit real
Sounds
hard
good.
because you're a big dude with a lightsaber.
Would you say his armor is heavy as a really heavy thing?
I would say it is quite, yes, heavy. Yes, that's definitely a thing. Heavy both as in it is weighty and it can stop some stuff.
All right, cool.
As seen last round where I was stranded out in the middle of some, like in between one piece of cover and another piece of cover as I was just fired upon by 12 or
Yes.
something.
Yes,
People with
12.
blasters.
Yes.
Blasters, my only weakness.
How did they know?
Well, and falling and drowning.
And cake.
Yeah, a bunch of things. Cake is my weakness.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Cake is my
Can't do
weakness.
But yeah, so that's me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'm David, and I'll be running the game tonight, and I'll be playing everyone else.
Yay.
So when we last left off, you all had the pair of Mandalorian field I guess
the officers, and then we had 3 of the blue guys.
Yeah.
3 of the soldiers.
Yeah. The I guess they're rally marshals. And they're currently. Are you making your way back to back to the Tree City where the Cathar are, or are you guys just interrogating them
Right now,
here?
we're interrogating them right here because we want to find their ship.
Okay.
We need to get to their ship.
If we're still in the same place, I'm gonna lay on the ground
Okay, you lay
Why
on
are
the
you laying
ground.
on the ground?
because I'm kind of sleepy. and you guys are old.
No, you're not sleepy. You're not sleepy. You're not showing any signs of weakness right now, Tank. There's no weakness. There's no sleep till Brooklyn. We're in front of Mandalorian officers and soldiers. There's no sleeping. There's no signs of weakness.
Wet and warm right here.
You cannot show weakness to the enemy, and the
Oh
enemy
God,
is right in front of us.
Jesus! Alright, I'm gonna stab Rafi with a stim pack right in the face.
Yes,
I'm only gonna heal 3. I don't care.
it's okay.
It's way more than you were.
Yes.
You feel a surge of Colto inside of your body, and you feel a little bit better. Still a little
trying to
injured,
figure out
but
the
for the most part better.
Okay.
I was
I
good.
feel better over here.
I was like,
All right.
man, we dinged. Good.
The Mandalorians just sort of hunch over in front of you. They look down at the ground. One of them is looking up at the sky. Up ahead, you can see ribbons of darkness cut through the clouds as steel ships ride the horizon back towards the Tree City.
Can I spin a fate point?
Okay, you'd like to spend a fate point. What are you spending the fate point
Yes.
for?
I'd like to spin a fate point to pull out my encrypted communicator that me and my master have.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
That is absolutely worth that
That's a
point.
good use of the fate point. So, okay, yeah. So in Star Wars, Force of Destiny, you get Destiny points. You roll for them at the beginning of the game, determines how many you have, and if you spend one, you can make narrative changes in real time in the game. And there are some other dice level things that you can do, but by spending a Destiny point, Rafi, O'Shea's character, can say that he's got this communicator
A long range communicator.
that's
Yeah.
encrypted.
Yes, an encrypted long range communicator.
Like,
Perfect.
You know, just beep 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 beep. My
Hello, Rafi.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Hey, yes, I can.
We're under fire here at the Cathar city.
Yes, Mandalorians.
Yeah. Well, yes. We currently right now we are attempting to evacuate everyone from the city. Don't return to the tree city, the house of nearest. We're going.
Don't tell me where yet. Then I'm gonna like.
No, your communicator's encrypted.
Well, yeah, but they can still.
Oh,
hear
yes,
it.
okay.
So
you're gonna step away?
I'm gonna like move a little bit away where they can.
You make your way off a bit of the ways. You move into the horizon. You can see the sky painted with wavy oranges and yellows across the wavy grass of the savannah. And you look back at the small shadows of your compatriots and the kneeling enemies, the Mandalorians, before them. And you put the communicator up to your ear.
He was like, okay, we ran into some of the Mandalorian scout forces. I think maybe special forces or something.
Yes. There have been a great number of. We currently the city is being shelled right now. So we're moving everyone out. So you engaged with some of them.
Yes, we secured the Star-Crossed lovers. They were in bad sorts.
Are they safe?
They are currently, yes. Well, as safe as any of us are, I suppose.
We need to speak with Rumox Talu, the elder of House Talu. Will her child, Sosa, return to her life mate?
We haven't gotten that far yet. We're still kind of, working on things.
All right. Very well. Well, look, I won't be able to communicate with you. Get away from there. Get away from there right now.
Just some coordinates or something.
Yeah. Huron siege. She says that to
All
you,
right, cool.
and then the communicator cuts out.
All right.
You can before it cuts out, you can hear blaster fire and what sounds like the sound of steel being torn asunder.
Oh no!
Whoa.
We'll come back to you guys and relay pertinent information.
Steel being torn asunder. So they either have some massive war droids or mech suits, or even worse, because the Mandalorians used back then.
Basilisks.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
For everybody out there who doesn't know, Basilisk war droids are awful.
Yes.
They're awesome
It's
inside
just
of them.
awful. Big giant quadrupeded laser face, big old war droids.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not happy.
Yeah, that's an evil
Okay,
GM.
okay.
That's an evil GM happy dance.
To be fair,
That's an
they're
evil
pretty
GM happy
horrible
dance.
to, like, when you're staring down, but to be inside of them, they're pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I suppose that's
If you're
pretty
inside of
obvious.
one, it's
You-
fantastic.
You ride them.
Yes.
They're like your dragons.
Yes.
Like you just
Yes.
so good. All right, so
Okay.
So yeah,
Oh, boy.
come back and I relay pertinent information.
All right. So they need to. So the elder of House Talu needs to speak to Sosa. Yeah, the female.
Is she awake?
We need to get her away from
She-
these Mandalorians.
she's looking down at Sosa. You can see like through her fur. She's injured, but she's been stabilized
Yes.
through the use of the I guess like the stim packs that you've
Right.
applied to her.
Yes. Milady Sosa, as you know, we've been sent here to rescue you. And what was the other guy's name?
The other one's name was
Romeo. Yes.
Rudax.
Rudax. That's it.
Yo.
All right.
Redaxio.
Your two houses sent us to retrieve you both. And I must ask, in all honesty, is this intentional that you two would run away together?
She looks over at Rudax, and Rudax looks at her. These men you have here, they're bringing fire from the sky. My mother, is she safe?
For the time being, she is.
But nobody's safe very long unless we
Yes,
can deal
but
with this.
now they're all under attack. But yes, your mother is safe. They wanted to speak with you.
You see her eyes become steel, and she looks at Rudax, and she says, "This was a mistake, what I've done."
Unfortunately, yes, it was, my lady. However, it's not too late to set things right.
We can still rectify the situation. Your mother has, or was it the mom or the grandmom?
The elder,
The elder.
of House Talu.
The elder needs to speak with you two immediately. We shall do our best to get you back to her in one piece.
Would you be willing to help do whatever it takes to make things right?
The question would be, would all of you be willing to return to that place? There's much danger there.
Yes, there is.
They've moved on from the treetop canopies. They were going to a place that was easier to defend.
Whoa. We're by the Mandalorians
Okay.
right now. So we'll talk about this. Right now, though, we need to speak with the Mandalorians. Where's your ship?
Oh, you make your way. You turn to the Mandalorians. What was that, friend? I'm sorry. I'm a bit hard of hearing at the moment.
Samar, you being your usual diplomatic self, whereas I appreciate the facilitation of negotiations and trying to put an end towards hostilities, this requires something that the Mandalorians would respect.
Right. I
So-
completely agree.
so
Take
get-
his helmet off.
No.
You hear better? That's not what you
You see a.
That was great.
Well, you're surprised because you imagine you would see a Tom underneath the helmet, but you see a human with disheveled hair that's been in a helmet. The Mandalorian looks up at you. One of his eyes is shot through with blood from the injuries he sustained, and he looks up at you. Yes, that's better. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, now, what was it? What can I do for all of you wonderful Jedi?
Hey, you hear that? He calls wonderful.
I want to kneel in front of him and look him dead in the eye.
In his bloodshot eye? The bloody eye or the
Doesn't matter.
good eye? Okay.
Wait, he's using coercion?
Sounds like it.
Nope, we're just talking. We're just talking. We may be Jedi. We may not be masters, but we may be Jedi, yes. But more than that, as I'm sure you can respect, we are warriors. And we have shown you the due diligence to speak to you in the respectful manner befitting a fellow warrior. So we ask you kindly, we know the power of your war mechs, we know the power of your armies, we know what they did to Telos and to Onderon and countless worlds in the Outer Rim. We ask that you give Cathar a chance to be spared. If not from the might of your orbital cannons, then at least let the innocents go.
Are you asking me?
I am asking to give us whatever information we may need. Respectfully.
Respectfully, I know that you will fight me in mine, and I appreciate that. But by the time more of your kind come, this planet will be a still and silent stone.
What makes you believe that we would ask for more of our kind to come?
Well, there are so few of you here right now.
Yeah, but who doesn't appreciate a good suicide mission every now and then?
I like you, Jedi. So, yes, we'll fight. And you'll die honorably. And some of us will sing songs.
There's a very high pitched snapping sound because I accidentally break one of the interior bits of his armor that I'm holding in my hand. What?
So, be careful with that.
And I'd like to add a blue die to whoever's stuff with a mechanics check.
Okay, go ahead and make me a mechanics check.
Okay.
Against two purple die. And if you succeed, you give someone a blue die their coercion check because this is his custom armor and he likes it a lot.
So I imagine this is something that I was like, we just like are basically gonna have it and just be like, oh man, this is really not. Like, I'm like, I thought let me actually see whether or not.
All right, I'm going to try to be reasonable.
Is it two?
As he's doing this, I'm going to say, please, friend, let's not escalate any hostilities right now. I mean, we've just gotten everything settled. We have a chance to actually reasonably converse. Where's your ship? I'm going to use my negotiation if I can.
All right.
And I got one success, one advantage.
All right, cool.
Nice.
You can give him a blue die, and you surely break that. Like,
Yeah. And basically, I'm just gonna be like, oh man, this was it, and I like rattle off the specific like thing that it was.
P532A.
Yeah, it's like,
Right.
oh man, that was really expensive. I'm so sorry that happened.
These must be
Is
incredible.
that against two purple?
that is against. Let me see what his discipline is. His discipline is 1. So it is against. It is against 2 purple, 1 red.
Whoa.
Because they have will of 3.
Okay. Guess what? Push.
Push.
Straight push.
So, what do you want?
I'm going to use a destiny point. I
All
want to
right.
use a destiny point
Okay.
to reroll that. That's
Yeah,
what I
do
want.
it. Do it.
Yeah.
Destiny points can also be used for rerolling die rolls that come up as pushes.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Started doing finger guns. Ironically, now I'm stuck.
Yeah. You just do these.
Are you kidding me? Alright, that cancels. Wow. 2 advantage.
All right, 2 advantage. Do you want to pass the level on to someone else and like I guess like their check?
Sure. Who's got negotiation?
I have coercion.
I only have aggressive negotiation.
Let's go with. We're going with coercion.
Okay, coercion.
I got 3
Good
points.
cop, bad cop.
I got 3 points with an automatic advantage.
You got 3 green?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, but you have an automatic advantage, and you get a blue die.
Yes, you
You
do.
get a
For
blue die.
me.
Yay!
Alright.
The
Two purple
Mandalorian like turns away from Samar.
Oh yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I got 2 misses and total of 6 advantage. Can I use a destiny?
Yeah, do it. Do your destiny point.
So everything went really well, except for he's like, no, I don't know where that is, and then it's just like his keys fell out of his pocket. Like,
All right, so with everything pushing, a total of 2 hits.
2 hits. Okay. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes.
So what do you do? Like, how do you get this Mandalorian, this warrior, to tell you the information you want to know?
Look, I respect the fact that you're a great warrior. I mean, Lord knows that we had a hell of a time trying to take you out or
Bring him down.
bring you down. But here's a simple fact of the matter: we have a job to do, and there's not very little to be stopped to stop us from doing that. Now, there's 2 ways it can go. Either you can tell us what we want to know, or we can throw all pretense of respect for one another out the window, and we can turn this to a very long night with very many broken bones.
So while you're saying that, are you mad?
I'm calm.
So you're just ice cold.
Yeah.
You don't even feel any emotion or care or anything like that.
Nope.
Just a cold pit inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Gain a conflict.
Yeah.
But you
I don't know what that means.
Oh.
It's the light side, dark side mechanic.
Yeah,
Yes.
light side, dark side
You
mechanic
gained it.
that we haven't gone to till now. So
Yes.
everyone at this table has been sitting on, I guess, like right in the dead middle
Yeah.
of this game. And in Force of Destiny, you play heroic Jedi, or if you wanted to, you could play powerful dark side users. But the way you track your morality in this game, or your I guess like connection to the light and the dark side of the Force, is through this this morality mechanic. So when you gain a conflict, that means you've done something that can shake, I guess, like where you are in between the light and the dark side of the Force. And that's something we resolve at the end of the game. But for right now, just mark that you have one conflict.
Yes.
And you know that it's necessary to do this, but you can feel that cold, that chill in your stomach. And you look at the Mandalorian says, "Fine. What do you want to know, Jedi warrior?"
Where's your ship? Who's in charge? How do we get up there?
Which ship?
Hmm?
Which ship?
Their ship that they flew in on.
His.
Yeah.
So, my ship, the Shadlar transport, is 60 clicks due east of here.
Any?
That ship.
Judging by the look of you, you've been out here for a few days. I'm gonna assume that you can probably make 60 clicks pretty easily in a few days, given a consistent march and consistent scouting parties up ahead. But when you're carrying 2 prisoners with you, not so much. You have to have swoop bikes or land speeders or something of the sort nearby.
We've been ranging. We came upon these. They were running from some huge kill ticks.
Really?
It was chance. We came on these.
Wow.
Is that a water reclaimer?
But yes. 60 clicks due east. Minus this patrol, you have the ledger balance of 800 soldiers. That's what our transports carry.
And
So
the
there are
transport that dropped
800.
you off.
So there are 800 soldiers ranging around this area.
When we were dropped off, that's how many we dropped with.
Unbelievable. How many ships were above us?
They were so many. I mean,
Right. I mean, it was a sea.
Yeah, it was.
They're planning on taking this planet. It's now going to become the property of the Mandalorians.
Yeah, it
Or
looks. It
glass.
certainly looks that way.
Can I roll for perception, see if he's
You might be
lying?
trying
Yes,
to just
you can.
terraform it and sell it to the
Purple.
high
You have only. I guess like you get one blue die
Okay, really? Never tell me
for
that.
you threatening his pack, and you are rolling
It's a little
against.
armor, like little tube sticking out.
You're rolling against one purple die.
And I'm trying to make sure that he's not deceiving us.
Okay.
So I'm going to use.
Yeah, perception.
Yes. Well, I'm using cool.
Insight.
I'm using cool to do
Holy mother!
it. Did you do it?
I got a hit, 3 advantage, and a triumph.
Nice. Okay. What he said.
What were you doing?
He's being sincere.
800. Okay. We got our work cut out for us.
Buddies, I think we're gonna have to steal some armor.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at him when they say that.
Yeah.
Not yours.
Not yours.
No,
Obviously.
it's coming off.
Not theirs.
Yes, it's coming off.
No, there's a
Yes,
certain
it's coming
respect you
off.
have to pay to them.
It's coming off.
I figured we would just use the implements.
That does not seem like the Jedi way to leave men stranded, naked, and with no equipment
We're
alone in the desert.
we're on a planet being invaded.
We're at war,
We're
man.
at war, man. This is a
We are at war,
declaration
man.
of
We gotta
war.
get that armor and go.
We need to
Wow.
infiltrate, and
How
we need to
very
avoid.
convenient you're starting to sound like a certain other few fallen Jedi.
I was just thinking that.
I didn't say anything
We
bad. I
need
said
to-
we're taking his
We need
armor.
to infiltrate.
Are you offended by seeing someone's naked body?
No, I'm offended over the fact that we have perfectly good suits of armor with no blast scoring or anything in those bodies that we took out earlier.
Oh, those two. Well, yeah, but we still need 2 more. And do you really want to leave these guys with their armor and weapons and
We could
armaments?
get help.
Oh, you want to get help? Why didn't you say get help?
I'm
Say
not
more.
doing get help.
Say more.
But we love get help.
You love get help.
Yeah,
I
it
find it
works.
humiliating.
It works. Okay, sorry.
All right.
Get
Decoys.
servo motors in there?
Excuse me?
You two can dress up in the armor, or whoever looks.
I think we all need to, so that way we can avoid.
And we can take two
The
of
patrols.
us as
I also
prisoners.
don't think they're the ones you have to worry about.
That would work.
If we're using their helmets, we've got their comms.
Should I be worried about your masters that are here?
Should probably worry about mine just a little bit.
I don't. Have you personally ever seen a Jedi Master fight before?
I think if we leave them roped up here, they have more to worry about Kiltics.
I guess to be
Jedi
fair,
Masters.
if you actually had, you would be asking that question.
You
No, I think it's alright.
you see that Rudax Corso, the Cathar is scratching the back of their neck, and they're like, "What are you talking about? Their masters. How does this man know about your masters?"
That's a very good question.
Obviously, they have spies.
We never said we were Padawans.
I mean, they called us Jedi.
No, I
Yeah.
You said Jedi.
No,
I did.
You did.
I
But
did.
that was an
I
answer
said
to
we
his
were-
question.
You said Jedi.
I
You said we're not
no,
masters.
No. I said we're not masters.
Right.
So, how long have you been observing and surveilling this planet?
We've been here for a while, but that information hasn't been coming from our surveillance.
Oh, we have a traitor. Cool.
Yeah. Among the Cathar? Among the Jedi?
You'll need to ask Field Marshal Fett when he arrives.
I'm going to
which
look
will
at
be-
him to sense the truth of this.
Ooh. I'm gonna sense his emotions.
All right.
That's
Wait.
what I got.
Yeah.
Not detecting thoughts?
I can't do that.
Oh,
Not that kind of
What
shit.
does that have to take thoughts?
Not that kind of
D&D.
sense. Thought you went the sense route. Okay.
Okay, well, everyone who wants to try and sense deception on this guy,
Yes.
he's got one purple die to lie to you.
Okay.
Can I use my perception?
Yeah, you use your perception.
No, you
Use your
just
perception.
said that,
Just
yeah.
check it
I'm
out.
not a very sensory-based
Business.
Jedi.
I'm going to use cool and nobody's fool.
Yeah.
Because that's
Oh, sweet! I got a hit and a triumph.
Cool.
Still? Wow. Wow.
Take it.
Well, the stuff you can use Triumph for.
Reroll.
Cheap.
Does it
I
roll
don't
off
know.
the box?
Just try and
Let me get it real quick. Hold
Oh.
on. Bleak.
Oh, wait.
Flubbed up.
I made it. One success and one advantage.
Yeah, you don't think this Mandalorian's lying.
So we've got a traitor. Wow. One of our masters is a traitor? Or is it the Cathar? He's not saying.
I think now you should decide where you're going to take me to the tree city that the Cathar stay at, or if you should take me to where the Cathar are going, or if you stay in this marvelous savannah.
All right. So we're closer to the tree city, obviously.
Yeah,
right?
you're
we're much closer.
Mm-hmm.
Let's head back.
That was the first place they hit.
Yes, it was. But we still need to take Rudax and Sosa back to the Elders.
So do you think the elders are still at the Tree City?
Well, they're evacuating it, but we still need to resolve that issue.
Oh.
I still think we need to resolve the issue of the Cathar. If you guys are cool with that, it's closer because the ship is 60 kilometers
we
due
do where now?
east. That's a serious hike.
Oh yeah. What?
We go back to the Tree City.
Back to the. No, they told us not to do that.
They told us not to do that, but we need to put Rudax and Sosa in touch with their elders.
They're not going to be there.
So
They're
we need
being
to head to
evacuated.
wherever they would go to. That's where we need to go.
I was gonna.
But we're going to tell.
So-
But right now, we're going to say publicly we're going back to the Tree City in view of this Mandalorian.
Oh.
I'm gonna use that triumph to get
We're
myself
going back
one
to the
for one
Tree
future
City.
Oh. Okay.
You can actually upgrade the die that you're using for the interaction.
Perfect.
So you could turn a green die
Rudex
into
Sosa
a
should
yellow
know
die.
where
if you
the
want.
alternate places.
Yes, they would know.
Alright,
All right.
I'll consider that.
So Rudex and Sosa would know where Plan B
Plan
would
B.
be.
Yes.
So, but we're going to say that we're going back to the Tree City,
Okay.
and then I really think we need to blindfold the Mandalorians and make sure that they don't have their comms.
I can take care of that.
Absolutely. And if
Taking
you
them with us?
want to just leave them out here to potentially hunt us and fix any kind of armament and gear,
I always
Just
figured
slow
we
us
should
down.
take that.
just take their gear.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I'm all for taking their gear.
I'll make sure that your armor gets proper usage. I'll make sure that it's taken care of.
This doesn't seem very
I don't think he's gonna say okay.
honorable, anything.
We're at war. You're an executioner.
Yes, and there are certain things
Execute.
you do during war, and there are certain things you don't.
I think that it's
I'm
Revan
100%
taught
cool
us
stripping
that.
my
I
enemies.
think that it's particularly important that armor gets used doing the thing that it's meant to do, protect people.
Yes, it will protect people.
Like we can't
Us.
change the idea. We can't
Yeah,
change
you
the
are.
fact that we're enemies, but we can make sure that the thing that your armor was built to do, it does.
The Mandalorian doesn't look like. Well, neither Mandalorian is going to give their assent.
Yeah.
But they are just quiet. Do you strip them of their armor and their weapons?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
you guys take their armor and weapons.
Yes.
I'm not asking.
Yes.
I'm
That's
not
fine.
asking.
You can be
so
unhappy about it.
What's
Coming
what's
from, it's
everyone's
totally
body
against
score
us.
really quick?
Body?
Brawn 4.
Brawn 4,
3.
Wait, what?
3.
What are you looking for?
Brawn.
Brawn score.
When I have enhance on it.
No, just regular.
Just regular.
3.
Okay, 3. All right. So
2 4s and 2 3s.
So the Mandalorian armor that you strip from these two Mandalorians, one of them you draw their armor off and you can see there's sort of a slick reptilian head with I guess like with tendrils that move back and sort of like a pinched chin. You recognize the Ton, the species normally associated with the Mandalorians.
I didn't know that. I thought they were all human.
Yeah.
They're called what?
I guess like the Taong.
Okay.
And
I didn't know that.
I guess like the two Mandalorians, like the Mandalorian armor will fit Kieran and it will fit Gax Kang, no problem. You guys will have to change yours because you're like when you put it on, it's like, wow, I'm really swollen this armor. Like, but I don't have full motion in my
Right.
in this little area.
I'm not saying
Quick, Sam, I tried to.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not taking his armor off.
You're like, I love my armor. What you talking about?
Yeah.
Can we make adjustments on that?
You can like
How long would it take?
probably a full evening. Are you stopping to do that? Or are you guys?
Yes, we have to anyway
Wait.
because we're resting.
Wait, we shouldn't do that now.
No, we're not going to do that
necessarily
now.
Here.
Yeah, we're not going to do that here. Because, again, if they were broadcasting, and they're broadcasting this entire transmission, then we need to be moving.
So we should probably find a place to.
Do they have any credits on them?
We're stripping them of everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna speak into my helmet. Make sure that you leave their armor with them. We wouldn't want to leave them defenseless here in the wilderness.
Good idea.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Nicely done.
Who knows what's been activated?
So
Yes.
I guess like you see that they've got they both have like 1,500 credits each.
Nice.
So Raditz left his communication.
We're taking
on.
it.
So yeah, you
So
transfer those
750
credits.
each?
That's the 4 officers?
Yeah,
Okay.
4 officers.
Oh.
Yes.
So would you happen to
Sounds good.
Yep.
have seen or know of any places where we might be safe for a night or a few nights?
In the ravine, traveling
I guess-
through here. You know
I
where we
mean-
could go? The tunnels.
Back to the kill.
We know there's no
Yes.
queen in there.
Yes.
What do you think, person that knows stuff about where to live?
I think it took us a
Survival
fairly
wilderness?
long way to get there.
It was a day,
It was a day.
but
We're already
it's,
tired.
gonna
We
take
just
us a
got
day
done
back.
battle.
it would be at nighttime, and that's where it's one of the safest places we could go.
We're by the back entrance.
Yes.
Please, I have to go back to my family.
Yes, we understand. But you have to get there safely, and you have to survive to get there.
Yes.
So we're
Well,
going
first
to
we
head
need to
there.
establish where everyone's being evacuated to.
Well, that'll happen when we get away from these Mandalorians.
Yeah, let's not discuss the next
Yeah.
steps.
So we're going to strip the Mandalorians.
You do that?
Yeah.
I would like to leave them with something to be able to like be okay.
Sure, a
if
spear.
They have like a
Let's leave them
survival
alone.
knife.
Yeah, they've got survival. They've got survival
survival
knives.
gear.
Survival knives.
They get some
Okay.
vibro
That
blades
gives
and all
them.
that.
That gives them a bonus to their
I'm
survival
not
checks.
gonna
Yeah.
And they
Only
apparently
just
are good at
rocking
that
this
stuff.
stick.
So like,
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be a
It'll just
warrior.
take them longer
Yeah,
than they
you're
would
right.
to get
A
to where
Neanderthal
they
is
wanted to be.
Just a little bit longer. They've
Yeah,
got
like a week longer.
They've
or
got
something.
they're wearing their skivvies. They're
Good.
We leave,
just-
I
Yeah, they're
leave-
warriors. They've,
Yeah.
they've taken Siri training.
We'll leave them their. We'll leave them some of the rations. No vibro blades.
Not my rations.
No, their own rations.
Yeah.
They were out here ranging.
I'm sure
There's
they
800 other soldiers
They've got to
around
have
here.
packs and utility gear. And
If they
stuff.
set a smoke fire, if they set a fire, which I'm sure they can set a fire, it's going to attract other Mandalorians. We need to
You
go.
want them to set us
All
on
right.
fire on a savannah.
I don't think they're
I want you
coming
to
for us.
consider
It's a
that?
controlled fire in a ravine, so yeah, they could do that.
I'm leaving. it.
Either way, we need to be going.
Yeah.
so you guys range out. You
Yes.
guys make your way across the savannah.
We're heading-
And as you, where are you guys headed?
I thought we were heading back to the tunnel.
We're not letting them know that. We're letting them know that we're going towards the ship, and then we're going to circle back around And we're going back towards the Tree City.
The Tree City by way of the tunnels, or just to the Tree City?
I say by way of the tunnels.
Yeah.
To the tunnels.
Okay. But when you were, what's up?
Should I roll or we already know how to get there. I don't need to roll, do I?
You make a survival check. Make me a survival check. This will make sure that you don't run into anyone, or if you come across new tracks.
Survival check to avoid people. Yeah, with your 3 yellows.
2 hits and 2 advantage.
Nice.
Okay, sweet.
What was the difficulty?
The difficulty is going to be 2 purple.
It's 2 advantage and ShamWow. All right, so total of 1 advantage.
Sweet. You can give you keep to the 4. You see that there are currently no other Mandalorians that are in your path. You arrive at the mouth of one of the tunnels into the Kiltix hive and range underground. As you move underground, you can hear thundering through the earth the sound of the Mandalorians attack. Even I guess like even louder than when you were above ground.
Because it's echoing.
And yeah, there are no Kiltix in this space at all.
Except the dead one.
Except for the corpses of the Kiltix that you all vanquished.
Yes.
You continue out until you arrive at the opening, the fissure that was like open in the earth, and you clamber out of it.
Oh, I'm gonna wait.
We are gonna wait that night. We're gonna sleep. We're gonna spend the night under there, resting.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and do a long rest.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's do this. Let's do this rest business.
Yes.
You guys talk about it. Rudax and Sosa, they sit. Rudax's eyes are red and wet, and Sosa sits near them, and she looks like she is ready to go home.
Good.
So
Fine.
where would the plan B be? It looks like they're evacuating everybody from the treetops. So you guys got to know where's the next safest place that your tribe would go.
So, the Tree City is called the Houses of Nearest. If that was a place that was under siege, we would make our way to Huron Siege. That's a stronghold, created by one of our giant trees. It's never fallen.
It's easy to defend.
Yes,
And where is this Huron siege?
not far, within 10 miles.
Oh, that's fantastic.
We would have to range a bit. There's a cliffside, and it's at the top of that. It has one side that is quite defensible.
All right. So in that case, if we get 6 hours of sleep, let's say it's 8 o'clock, and if we get 6 hours of sleep, then we're up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and we could make that. If it's 10 miles, say we're doing 2 or 3 miles an hour.
Can we make it 3?
You want to make it 3? Sure, we can jog. We'll double time it. I'm perfectly happy with that.
Does this helmet
You
have
get a
infrared?
6 hour rest. So
Yeah.
Nice.
How much time would I have before we do that rest? I would like to make a thing or two.
Okay.
adjusting the armor and then putting in the crystals. Other than that, what are you going to try to make?
No, it's pretty much just repairing armor and
Okay.
and putting lightsabers in crystals. That's
Okay.
pretty much the thing.
So, putting the lightsabers in the crystals will be a little bit on the difficult side.
How about putting the crystals in the
Oh yeah,
lightsabers?
Let's
yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because you're right, that would be very difficult. Dang it, I won't go in there.
putting the crystals inside of the lightsabers is going to be it's going to probably actually be the easier of the two actions.
All right.
And adjusting the armor, because there's more there's more that you actually have to adjust on
Oh,
the armor.
whose armor's getting adjusted?
Yeah,
Yours and Samar's.
Yeah.
but you're not changing your armor, so just Samar's.
Okay.
So that might actually be faster, but balancing that with the amount of time you need to get rest is important. So what do you want to do? Just
Let's hold off on the armor then. Let's just put the
Lightsaber crystals.
lightsaber crystals because
All
we
right.
need to rest.
cool.
Yeah.
We all need to rest. Everybody's wounded?
I'm pretty, yeah.
Yeah, you're extremely wounded.
I mean, less now, but
Did
yeah.
you get hurt?
I had a
I got
all?
hurt, but I covered it myself. Like, I'm good.
Okay. I'm only down 2.
With
so
this,
a
with this
rest
stem
would
pack,
help.
I'm back to full.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Actually,
So
I'm
go
down
ahead.
3.
I
And
used up all my stem packs.
Actually, is there any way for you to upgrade my spear?
Yeah, does it have any hard points?
It has 1 left.
Yes.
Ooh.
But we need materials and time.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Which we don't have. We'll do that later on.
Well, seeing as how everyone's gonna get a nifty new lightsaber crystal, and old Gax Gang just gets a stick with
And a
with
nifty
blade.
new
Stick.
lightsaber
Well,
crystal.
it's called a kill stick. There's kill tick,
Is
and
it
then
like
there's
a
your kill
magnetized
stick.
stick?
Yeah.
Isn't it
That's
the
part
tail
of it.
breaker axe or pole arm?
No, it's the Model 14 Vibro Spear.
Oh, okay.
It's a
It's
badass
still
spear.
vibro spear. Also, you have a lightsaber.
Yes,
I
you do.
But I never use it.
Do you want to?
No.
Then stop whining.
Yeah, stop
What are you thinking?
You're fine,
All right,
Viper.
Yes,
I'm
use your
thinking-
vibro spear.
I'm thinking, look, I need to get beefier and stronger and cut more arms off. That's what I'm thinking.
Then
That's
The
what-
lightsaber hits harder.
That's how the
Yes,
XP
it
goes.
Like,
It
if
does.
the damage is the only thing, then that'll do it.
Okay, so go ahead and make me that
spirit.
mechanics check.
Actually, no, it's about the same
keep
thing.
using your
It's got
spear.
lightsaber's got breach.
Use your spear.
Can't ignore it.
It's your style, dude. Use your spear.
I mean, yeah, no, it's good stuff.
True.
If we have to cut through a tank, then use your lightsaber, right? That's what you use for your buzzsaws.
Difficulty.
The difficulty on modifying this lightsaber is going to be 3 because it's not your own.
Alrighty.
But you can downgrade it by 1, right?
Can I help him?
No. Well, yes. Oh well.
Oh, wait.
because of stuff.
I had
Yeah.
a
Yes.
Triumph that I never
Stuff.
used. I had a Triumph that I never used.
That's fair.
So I can help upgrade one of his dice.
Yeah.
Or I
Don't
give him
do that.
blue. What?
Give me the blue one.
Well,
Well,
I'll give you.
okay.
I'll give you blue.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the green die have more successes, and the yellow die have more advantages. So if you have like all yellow die, it feels like your chances to get just a success are lesser.
Really?
Because there's just other stuff on
All
the
right.
die.
That's poor balancing.
I ran into it as a pilot. That was the problem. That was when I ran into that problem the most.
Okay.
Was just like, all right, I'm gonna do this, and it's like, well, you have all yellows, and I'm like, but I can't roll enough successes
Oh.
to overcome like setback dice and stuff
Gotcha.
like that.
Okay.
All right.
Good to know. Use the force.
Darn it.
Use
Oh, I
the
got a
force.
triumph.
Hey, my blue helped.
Hey.
Yes.
Um,
Are we using the force?
I got,
Are we using the force?
In addition to the Triumph, what you get?
but in addition to the triumph, I got the whatever the triumphing bit of a triumph is and an advantage, but I don't get a success because
The triumph counts as a success.
yeah, but I got two.
Fails?
Actually, no, I
No,
don't.
those are
I only
just
have one.
disadvantage, yeah.
This is disadvantage.
Then that's great.
So I got a triumph.
Which is awesome. For
And
a
that's it.
lightsaber crystal?
I have a triumph. That's all.
Okay. You should have. That's 1 success, right?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you do it. You do it, and it has this particular. I guess like you're tired, so you take a strain because you have a disadvantage. And you're very tired as you carefully.
Wait, no, he doesn't have a disadvantage.
Oh no, yeah, because 2 successes.
Yeah.
Then you don't have a
Or
disadvantage.
2 advantage and then 2 disadvantage and then 1 success and 1 what's your face?
Yeah,
He is
so
just
all in
a-
total is 1 Triumph.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So you
Nice.
So you balance the crystal and you put it in place, and the field inside the lightsaber holds the crystal in place, and the gemstone begins to glow. And because you have a triumph, you can activate the 2 defensive or the 2 deflection mods on this
Yes.
on this lightsaber.
Yes!
And when you're
Is that my
By the way,
lightsaber?
was this his
Is that my
lightsaber or is that
Whose
whose
was
lightsaber
that?
is
Well,
that?
I mean, you guys need to write this stuff down.
Yeah, we
Okay.
do.
And hand me the Edge of the Empire book really quick. While you guys are working on these lightsabers.
Edge of the
making them
Empire or
so
for
awesome.
Force and Destiny?
Edge of the Empire.
And while you're working, you seem
for
to
the
hear
armor.
the dulcet tones of Oingo Boingo going in your head. Weird science.
What?
Okay.
Oingo Boingo.
Yeah.
Yes. So who
Bits
gets
and pieces. Yeah, I got it.
So
From a heart
Is it just a deflection mod?
People
Huh?
is this the deflection mod?
Well, it's it raises damage to 1, so its base damage is 7. It crits on 2, and it has 1 automatic defense. I guess like defensive quality
Or defensive 1
and deflection
then,
2.
And this one would have
Nice.
deflection 2 as
Yeah.
well.
Who's this for?
I have to
Who's this
keep
for?
Oh, okay. Well, you
I
have
have to. It's not deflection 2.
okay.
Robin,
also
Robin,
get a triumph
whose
that
is
you
this?
can
Whose
use
is
to
this?
upgrade your
This
next
wasn't
roll.
yours because yours would be an easy, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
And you.
He specifically said it's not your lightsaber.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then who's the person that's going to be taking, like, is going to get the most use out of that? As
I don't know.
Out of a
Stealther?
lightsaber?
No, out of a specifically defensive geared lightsaber.
I don't know. The guy who talks a lot or the guy who stealths a lot?
I don't. I
Wait,
don't
the
know.
guy that's in combat a lot? You mean?
Talking.
Well,
Yeah, I talk, but I
You're
also.
in verbal combat, sir.
yeah, okay, but when combat kicks off, we have the person that's not getting shot at because they can't see him versus the person that is getting shot at because he's talking.
So while you're deciding this, Rudax makes his way
Yeah.
towards Samar.
Okay.
I would like to speak with you if you can.
Feel free to. Now is not the time for subtleties or for secrets, my friend.
He looks. He looks over at Sosa and he says, "Please, I ask you, on my honor, to just if we could speak in the quiet over there."
Very well.
You move into the dark of the cavern.
I'm being very careful, by the way, because
Okay.
I'm, again, after finding out about this whole traitor thing, and I'm not disinclined to believe that he is also part of that whole traitor thing in terms of seducing Sosa and getting her to leave her life mate and causing all this stuff. So I'm fully ready to rock and bring this guy down.
You are the leader of these Jedi, correct?
We're a team.
I would like very much if you could use me as a distraction if I fell in battle. That would be good. Best if that happens.
Understandable. It would possibly be the best option for you because I understand the loss of honor and the shame. But we have to do what we can to restore the honor to your house. And
The most honorable thing would be
Yes.
to repair the damage.
the most honorable thing would be to face your family. Just so you know, we have your battle staff. Who has it, by the way?
Me.
Yeah. So I'm happy to give it back to you. And if you do fall in battle, I understand, but you will not fall in battle foolishly. The lives of too many others, the lives of your own house, depend upon our success. And we've done what we can to restore the rift that you have torn between the two houses, but there is still much, much more to be mended.
You are correct.
I'm going to try to make a leadership
Do it.
check
Do make
because
that leadership
I know
check.
he's feeling kind of fatalistic.
Yeah.
I mean, he's feeling totally fatalistic. So it's 1 and 2 green. I'm going to go ahead and use a destiny point to boost this one up.
Yeah, do it,
Because
do it.
he needs motivation.
All right.
Right? This guy needs to feel motivated and empowered. So what am I rolling against?
You are rolling currently against 3 purple die
Yeah.
because he is really down.
Yeah, he's like me on a Tuesday.
What? That's you? No.
No.
It makes me so sad. I want you to be happy, George. I want you to be happy and feel wonderful.
Yes!
Hey.
Let me
All
just
right.
move some things around in my depression schedule.
Oh, fair. That's fair.
Yeah. 2 hits and 1 disadvantage.
Okay.
But 2 successes with a disadvantage. But
I guess you feel some of his sadness.
Sure.
So you're gonna take 2 strength.
Okay.
But it looks like Rudax is impassioned.
If you will give me back my battle staff, I will make sure to make these ones who would invade pay.
Certainly. That is absolutely one way that you can redeem yourself. And by the way, I do let him know that his family cares deeply that he survived. Because when we were in the Celtic tunnels, who was his family mate, or was it Crux, or was it John Her?
It
was Corso, right?
Well, he's of House. He is of House
Talu.
Corso. So
Wait, it's Rudax of House Talu, right?
It's Rudax of House Corso, and it's Sosa of House Talu,
Okay.
and it was Crux.
Yes. So I let him know that Crux cared very much for his well-being. And I do not want Crux mad at me.
Okay, that's fair.
You know what I mean? I'm going to try to like laugh it off, and there's that down moment, but then it's like we're guys, we're gonna laugh it off, and try to like help boost up his ego.
Very well then.
Yeah.
I'll make my way back with you.
So who gets this lightsaber, Shade? Just real quick.
I'm going to give it to Samar.
Go ahead, give it to.
I have a different thing for
He
yours.
made it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I have a different like
All right.
modification. in
Do
mind.
it.
Sounds
Do
good.
it. Make
Okay.
that guy.
All right.
Woo!
Thank you.
He is the engineer.
Yes.
I trust
He
his
is the
judgment.
engineer.
I got another
Triumph.
Oh,
Yes!
Nice.
Triumph with just a triumph.
Another one.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Straight triumph. All right.
With 1 disadvantage. Oh, yeah, straight triumph.
Okay, cool. So you can activate. It's the same.
That's like the best engineering we've done.
Yes. Perfect.
All right.
You want to make your own?
So here's the thing, though.
Okay.
So I looked at the cheat sheet deal, and
Uh-huh.
it said that I can give it a single-use modification or a single-use like thing. And I was wondering if you wanted the defensive thing, that's I guess the same, like the that whole deal, Or would you like it to be linked once?
But that's like one. Is that one time, or
One
is it
time.
just one? Like so,
So I can
one
link
time
once.
Yeah.
you could link once, or get the defensive
Which would give
ability.
you,
So that sounds really cool, but the defense would be passively there all the time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I guess I would try that one.
Okay.
The double hit would be awesome
Seems
one
legit.
time, but
Right.
That works.
it is
Why
cool.
did
Yeah,
I know
but
that
defensive
before?
1, deflective 2. That's
yeah,
awesome.
defensive
Yes.
All right.
too.
That's
Let's
huge.
make this next roll. Let's
And does
do
that
it.
and that stacks? Does that add?
Huh?
Does that add to armor?
Oh yeah. So your armor has a defense quality,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have one defensive. So when you're up close, you get that black die.
Yes.
And then when you're, I guess, when people are firing you get the deflection bonus.
Yes.
And your defense.
Okay, you said it's easier if this is mine, or no?
Yeah, it's easier if it's yours. It's just 2.
Oh, it was 3 before.
Yeah, it was 3 before. Just go ahead and just go ahead and get this one rolled.
Yes.
Okay.
We got things to do.
Well, I did it,
Good.
Nice.
Congrats.
but I didn't get any triumphs.
Okay.
But
You got 1 hit, 1 advantage.
wait, 1 hit? No, I got 3 hits.
Oh, I misread that one.
Just it's 3 hits,
All right. Sweet.
1 disadvantage.
So, well, you take another strain,
Okay.
and
I'll take a strength for that.
you
That's a sneaky.
But you got the stone on you.
yeah,
The
you
crystal.
got it.
I do.
Increases the base damage to 7,
So just
Yeah.
and it has the
range.
defensive quality
Armor.
1,
Yeah.
which is still good.
It is
It
still
is
good.
still good.
You are
deflective
correct.
is 2. That
All
would
right.
go on the armor, which would be.
So, are you guys setting up any kind of watches for the night, or are you
You put
gonna?
it in yours too or
Dave,
not?
I have a
Yeah, I
quick
don't need to
question.
put it in
What,
mine.
what's
I'll rather
the
save
what's
the
the
crystal
defensive
somewhere.
rating on the red Mando armor we're wearing?
Okay.
The rating on that armor is. It's 1.
1. Okay.
Yeah.
So 1 range and 1 melee.
Yeah. So it's just a base defense rating.
So
So it would be 3 and 2.
Yes.
So 3 ranged and then 2 melee.
Gotcha.
Good job. That's a nice upgrade for you.
it is a nice upgrade. Going from
Should I put
0.
it on?
I say you put it on.
Well, given the fact that I have foliage and automatic advantage on vigilance checks with the current armor that I
Okay.
have.
All right. Well, then never mind. It's totally up to you though, and this is new armor for you to choose from. But if you want to deceive the enemy, like if you ever want to infiltrate, then that's what you could put on. It's Mando armor. Not to mention the fact that I think it's got weapons on it too, right?
It
Didn't-
does have micro rockets on one arm.
I'm putting it on.
Hey.
I'm putting it on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Do we also have? Do we have a jetpack?
Yes.
Oh my god.
One of the jetpacks
Which
is
one?
damaged.
Yeah, one is
Which one?
damaged.
One is damaged.
All right.
Well, we did salvage the other 2 suits
Okay,
of
that's
armor.
true. So there are jetpacks.
There were several red guys.
All right. So
Rocket Darn
the helmets on
jetpack.
these have integral communicators. They can ignore 2 black die in environmental penalties
Nice.
because they're super good at seeing in the dark. You've got a full optic suite on the inside of that Mandalorian helmet. You've got a micro rocket launcher. It fires. It fires a high explosive, I guess like a micro rocket that has. It does, I guess, like 10 points of damage.
Hey.
Its critical is 3, and it has a blast of 10.
Nice. Wow. Who's
Is
got
it-
ranged light or is that ranged light or ranged heavy?
It is ranged light.
Cool. Nobody has it,
Blast of 10,
it's fine.
damage of 10.
but that's still good with 3 green.
All right. The Mando armor gives you 1 defense on each.
Yes.
It gives you one defense die. So, Kieran, your missile launcher is different. Your micro rockets, which you have 2 of, both of you have 2. Yours are anti-armor, and they do 8 damage. They crit on 4, but they have breach 1.
Breach 1, nice. So instead of 10 damage and 10 blast, they do 8 damage and
and pierce or breach
Breach
1,
one.
which is huge.
And they also are good in vacuum.
nice.
Cool.
Good in a vacuum.
Yeah, you can.
That's
Because
awesome.
the rocket propelled.
No,
No,
the
'cause it's
suits.
sealed.
The
Yeah,
Mando
it's sealed.
suits are.
All right, cool.
sealed.
So you guys are gonna heal. You guys are spending the night here
Resting.
resting. You guys will heal 1 wound.
Just
I'm
one.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have
No
to
long
make-
rest. Get like. Wow.
Yeah.
You heal all your strain though. All that strain is healed.
Right.
Yeah, all your
So if
strains.
you took like
Okay.
strain damage, all of that is healed.
All right.
Unfortunately,
All right, so I need to make a check.
I'm gonna.
A medical check.
Can we say that I was standing watch?
And make a resilience
Yes.
check.
Right.
Can you?
So roll for what? Vigilance
Vigilance check.
or survival?
Vigilance check. It's a
Okay.
willpower check, and it's going to be against a 2 difficulty.
Okay.
I'll take the next watch. I'm pretty vigilant too.
All right. So this is after I took off my Mando armor. So I'm sorry, put on my Mando armor.
Nice.
So I get to remove that that advantage that the armor naturally gave me.
Okay, it's fair.
Oh my lordy! So I got 2 disadvantage before hits.
So it's 2.
Okay. You're tired. The shift that you take is a bit stressful. You can hear sounds, but there are some small grubs that are ripping apart some of the old carcasses of the kill ticks that are in this space. You think it's something else, but it turns out to be nothing. But that makes it hard for you to settle in your shift.
Yeah.
So take 2 strain.
Yes, take 2 strain.
And it's a haunted night.
I'm gonna try and heal
Yeah,
my
you-
critical injury.
Oh, you're gonna try and do that yourself?
Well, just via night's rest.
Okay.
How about if I try to help with?
Yeah, you
anybody, wait, who's the smartest one of us? 2.
What is the smart?
Medicine? I mean, intellect.
I mean, I might be okay.
Okay.
2.
All right.
Cause it's not the
You're the
hardest
smartest
check.
one of us. Okay.
So this is a resilience check.
Yes.
And what's currently the severity of your critical?
2.
The 2. Okay. Make this. You should make this test.
Okay. It's critical. He got critical.
Okay.
So he's got a resilience of like at least 4 brain.
So hey.
I know. I just failed it.
Destiny point.
Okay. So
I'm gonna
you,
use
Yes.
you in Destiny Point? Okay,
Yes.
guys.
I think we're down to. Was that all of them?
That's the last one.
Wow.
Okay, we're gonna just
Okay.
make him back.
Okay.
That's all. We're just gonna make him back.
Just wait for the DM to screw up.
All right.
Does
So
that work?
1, 2, 3, 4 successes. No of the fail things, but 2 disadvantages.
No, 1 disadvantage because I can't.
Oh, 1 disadvantage. So 4 successes, 1 disadvantage.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you I guess you managed to, through your night of rest. You feel better in the morning, and it doesn't feel like that critical injury that you suffered is harming you as much.
Good.
Can I have that disadvantage be a cool scar? Well, I guess a not cool scar.
Yeah, well, it's not the coolest scar in the whole wide world. Yeah, you I guess like see where one of the shots got past your armor, and it's sort of it's not the nicest.
It looks like a third
space.
nipple.
So all kinds of healing.
Right underneath the
All
other
right,
one.
so you took the first watch. Are you just gonna take? Are you taking all of the watches or just one?
I'll take the
No,
second. I'll take the next watch.
We'll split it into 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So
We'll
take-
each take
take
2
watch.
hours. We'll
So-
each do 2 hours.
vigilance checks for everyone else who's
Right.
doing a watch.
So I did the first one, you did the second one, and you're doing the third one. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's against 2 purple. You said.
Yes.
All
Nice.
right. I got wow.
Yeah. Roll like that. That was great.
I know.
It was
I
all
got
success.
5 hits. Well,
No, you got 4 hits and 2
4 hits
disadvantage.
and 2 disadvantage.
Wait. Yeah, that was it.
All right. Yeah. Your portion of the evening is uneventful. Okay. You Yeah. You I guess you stay up. There are some echoes, and you can hear that constant sound of shelling, but outside of that,
All right.
quiet.
Sounds good.
So is it on perception?
It's willpower.
Willpower.
Vigilance, right?
We're doing vigilance?
Yeah, vigilance.
Okay, straight vigilance.
Whew.
What do you know? 2 success, 2 disadvantage.
Nice. All right. Cool.
With a soundboard?
No, that's my Star
Good
Wars
dice roller.
dice. But I went with the real dice.
The night passes. You can feel morning come.
All right.
It moves into the I guess like the old places in your bones, and that hurts and they pop as everyone else begins rousing and waking up.
All right.
All
I'm
right.
going to run through Jedi stretching exercises.
Okay.
That's definitely something that will help. And of course,
You more good wife than you saw.
establishing discipline with saber forms and things like that.
Okay.
What form do you use?
Arbiter form.
Okay.
Yeah. Arbiter form.
Sentry
Arbiter
form.
form.
All right. So make me discipline checks. or cool check. It could be either one. Discipline check or cool check
This-
to recover
everybody?
any strain.
Oh yeah.
Everybody?
Yeah,
Like
everybody.
I thought,
Is
I thought we were back because.
Oh yeah.
I'm
If
a
you
full
were
strength.
missing some because of last night, if you go through your appropriate Jedi forms,
Right.
you can have the opportunity to get some of that back.
Okay.
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
2 purple or 1 purple?
It's 2 purple.
Okay.
Does anybody remember the one where you cut it off and on again?
Actually, no, it's no purple. You just make it.
Okay.
Yeah, just tell me what you get after you roll.
Well, I got a hit, an advantage, and a triumph.
Cool. On your first roll, you get a blue die, and
Cool.
you feel invigorated by your exercise.
Excellent.
What'd you get?
4 hits with 2 advantage.
You regain any strain that you were missing, and you can give yourself a blue die on your next check, or what's
What's
up?
anyway?
Okay, cool.
You said discipline?
No, cool.
Cool or discipline.
I got a 2 test.
Cool.
3 successes, 1 advantage.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm good.
All right.
Triumph.
This episode is brought to you by.
You can give someone else a blue die.
I'm gonna give
Oh, no.
you a blue dot.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. So,
Next
what are
morning.
you guys? Yeah, what are you guys doing now? Are you guys making your way
Let's
out? And moving?
Yes.
All right.
We're heading to Huron
So,
Siege.
We're popping our heads out like gophers.
So how much stuff, like we can carry all the things, right?
You could currently carry all of the things.
Okay.
Yes, we
Are you-
can.
Yeah. Because I mean, you didn't have a lot of armor
Yeah,
beforehand.
I didn't have any armor beforehand.
Okay.
And on top of that, I believe.
Yeah, what's the weight of the Mandalorian armor?
I will double check that business, but I guess I'm going to say for right now. Okay, I'll look at that encumbrance later on.
So I'll carry the 2. Okay, so you're wearing it. So that's probably going to. If it's a 3, that would bring it down to 0. Are you wearing it or not? You're wearing your old
Yeah.
armor?
No, I'm not wearing the old armor. I'm wearing the Mandalorian.
Okay. This from the guy that tried to fight us on this. All right. That's
All right.
fine.
As
Hey,
we,
hey,
as-
whoa, hold
Yes.
on. Rocket launcher is an integrated car.
I agree. I agree. But you
It
gave
did.
me a hard time.
as we leave the cave, I'm going to take point, following the instructions that was given to me by one of the Cathar that was with us, and I'm going to roll for stealth.
All right, make yourself roll.
What's the
You
difficulty?
are against 1 purple, 1 red.
By the way, I will carry the two armors that are not being worn because I have a repulsor assist unit.
Oh yeah, you brought all that
That's
stuff.
right,
That's
because
nice.
I, again, strong. Wow, that was a lot of blank. I don't believe
Holy
that.
shit.
Every single positive die he could have rolled, blank. However, he only rolled 2 disadvantages.
just-
That's
okay.
still amazing. That is amazing.
Nothing good. I had 2 blues.
So you make your way out, and as you begin to move through the savannah, you feel dirt explode right next to you, and you all see the blast from a turbo laser, like that's just shelling the savannah. It's just,
Yes.
it's
Carpet
just,
bombing.
it's just bombing it.
Wow.
It burns the grass black, and you feel it hit you and knock you to the ground, and your heart is in your throat.
Holy sh!
Yes, yes. Is it possible
Pure
to?
huzzah.
Is it possible to stay in the Celtic caves and travel under the savannah?
It is not.
We have to go.
I assume we were coming out of that.
Yeah,
rift.
you guys were making your way out of that
Right.
fissure.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
So are you still on point?
I'm gonna move back to one of the Cathar and say, maybe you know the way better than me. I'll let you
Throw
lead.
his weapon back.
Yeah, he Rudax takes his battle staff and nods. I know the way.
All right.
Let's go.
Show me the way.
He begins to make his way.
Stop it.
What's up?
Right.
You move back towards towards the Huron siege, and in the faraway distance, you can look out at the remains of the tree city, the houses of Nearus. It looks like the giant tree was struck by an incredibly powerful bolt of lightning. Bits of charred black lie in the surrounding areas, and as you make your way up along the trail, you can see what looks like, from your vantage far away, scattered motes of dust on the savannah around it. And as you pay more attention, you see that those aren't scattered motes of dust. Those are the bodies of Cathar.
Wow. Ooh, that's grim. That is very.
Whose idea was to come back to the tree?
Oh no,
No,
you
no,
guys
no,
are
no.
you guys making your way past
We're
it.
going past it. And
We
this
have
is-
to pass by.
These are all the Cathar that did not make it.
I assumed it was going to look something like this.
So I guess my character's gonna be like,
Yeah, but it's one thing to assume, and then it's another to see that in reality.
It's true.
have any of you ever been in interplanetary scale combat before?
No.
Not on this level.
There was that one. No.
Make me, everyone make me discipline checks against, make me against 3 purple die.
Can I do it if I've seen them before? I've seen it.
It's, yeah, against the,
This is the thing.
I worked with Corsac back on Corazon, but nothing on a planetary scale.
Yeah, I grew up on Nar Shaddaa. This shouldn't bother me.
I mean, this is a lot, man. Like, they
One
so the
disadvantage.
huts. Yeah, they take care of business, but this is like everybody, man.
So are the huts.
I got
Just saying, this is-
one.
yeah.
But you've never seen
This
planetary
is a slaughter.
destruction.
This is a slaughter. No hits, but 1 disadvantage.
Okay, cool.
Now you're affected.
You said three
Yeah, even the
purples?
huts didn't slaughter like this.
So,
Three
I
purples.
mean, so this actually, this sensation that you're feeling
Nice.
isn't necessarily anything you see. Because as you said, Gax Kang has
1 success with 1 disadvantage.
Yeah.
So Gax Kang, you've seen things like this before. You've seen the huts perform atrocities before. But this is something deeper. You feel your connection to the Force influence. And it influences you. It comes back like ice in your guts. Twisting your guts. So who passed and who failed?
I got 2 hits with 1
You
disadvantage.
got 1 hit with 1 disadvantage.
You have 1 hit?
Wow. This is a
This-
disadvantage, this is a disadvantage, and that's a
No,
miss.
we just moved that over.
Okay.
You had 1 hit with 1 disadvantage.
Okay, so I 1 hit with 1 disadvantage.
Okay, so you have 1 hit, 1 disadvantage. You feel a sadness that's deep inside of you. You imagine it must have been very difficult for Master Oogway to move everyone and not stay to defend everyone.
I remember how alive and how connected everyone seemed when I was here last.
Especially with the trees.
Yeah.
There's cold in your stomach, and it could be anger or despair, or maybe it's both. But
I'll
you
say-
feel it move through your entire being.
Absolutely. I am disgusted by this, and I definitely remember what my master has said, because he's lived through things like this, and he has tried to build his career preventing things like this. But seeing this kind of slaughter, I'm angry. I'm definitely angry. This was uncalled for. Why would the Mandalorians want this planet and then just decide to slaughter the citizens like this? It's unnecessary.
You feel one conflict, and Gax King, you
take
feel sort of like that familiar pit of cold.
I got 1 advantage and 3 misses.
Okay, so
You want 3 fails?
all right. Well, I mean, at least it wasn't like the disadvantage. You feel that cold place inside of you, and you look at the bodies, and they feel to you for a moment like scattered bits of wood, cordwood, the dead bodies of insects, and you shake that sensation off. You take 1 conflict.
Ooh.
Did you make yours?
I got 1 fail, 1 advantage.
All right. So
I want some I'm gonna have some reminiscence.
Yeah.
I guess my character has seen, I guess that like this scale of conflict before. I guess my character is going to. It's like I briefly stop walking, and it looks like I'm kind of like my eyes are closed and I'm kind of conflicted about a particular thing, and I guess in my head I'm trying to shake off the fights from my youth. I guess I was raised as to be something other than a Jedi.
okay.
Like a Mordkai adept. And before my master found me, we were like there was a war almost engulfing the entirety of the planet, spurred on by the supernova that bathed the planet in radiation.
What's your character again?
Nikto, from the planet Kintan.
And what was that? Morg?
The Mordkai adept.
Which is
They're
what?
another Force tradition.
Okay.
This is from this is what those do.
From the book Lords of Nalhutta, now on sale for $29.95. Support the Fantasy game.
From your local gaming store.
From your brick and mortar spots.
So you, you guys move to the high point in the hill, and you can look upward as you move through this sort of winding path. It's skinny enough that no proper heavy force could march up it.
Okay.
And you can see at the top of a cliffside a graying tree with many, I guess, like strong branches, in the cliffside, well defensible.
Okay.
The eyes of both Rudax and Sosa are wet, crying as they make their way up the up towards the Huron siege. And I think we're gonna take a break there.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna take a break, short break, guys.
Very
Thank
good.
you guys. That last was pretty deep, but we're gonna be
Yes.
back. It's gonna be good.
Yes.
It's
So it's very deep.
Yeah, no, those guys are cool. I love the Morgan. Yeah, that's dope.
I kind of want.
Wait, I want to see it.
Oh.
I just closed the face.
I know. No. Very interesting descriptions. Very cool and very intense.
Oh, man. Where are those player options? There's planets.
Well, that was cool armor.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So,
Taking a
Cathar.
break.
All right, is my planet?
Welcome to the
And when you turn the
neighborhood.
page,
Neighborhood
you'll
game
see
studio.
the
I'm gonna use the
what's your
bathroom.
face? Little dudes.
Well, per usual, video is off, audio is on.
Okay. So you're from the planet Quinton.
Yup.
Planet of continent-spanning wastelands, violent seas, and scattered archipelagos. The predominant terrain type is the wastelands. Massive tracts of scrub, razor-sharp shards of sand and rock, whipping winds, and very little in the way of habitable lands. Icy, churning seas, teeming with deadly predators, borderlands. This is interesting. Wow. This place is not for the friendly.
Nah. I was from one of the archipelagos.
Okay.
It's all the forest stuff.
The thing is, a lot of Star Wars worlds aren't very friendly. Even like where the Twi'leks are from is a real nasty place.
Right. Wow.
I can't decide if I wanted my master to have found me fighting one of the Striders or fighting some Mandos.
Okay, and Morgukai adapt.
Yeah, so
That's a badass.
I just decided just now that I was supposed to be one of them, and then some master found me, and then she was just like, "Hey, man, let's not do that."
Cool.
Carnage looks bleak. Master Uguay always tells me there are only two things that matter in life: what a man can do and what a man can't do. And what we can do is we can sit here and feel sorry for everyone who's died, or we can move forward and get the mission taken care of. Get these back and find
Yes.
out what's next.
My master taught me the only hit point that matters is the last one.
That is true.
That's true. Very true.
That is very true.
Whew, I was holding that in all game. Say, all right, force concentrate. Force squeeze.
Chip.
Myself.
Chip.
Good. Let me go outside the
All right.
Excuse me.
Sure.
Excuse me, chips.
Fun game.
Doing stuff.
Your red armor. Stealthy with red armor. It's
I
cool.
know. Maybe that's why it didn't work so well. But damn,
You're gonna have
man.
to make a combo.
Every single good dice I could roll
was amazing.
was a straight nothing.
That was hilarious.
Oh, jeez. Could have gone a lot worse if those disadvantages had been hits
Mm-hmm.
or misses.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately, a Mandalore chip spies your party and comes down. You know, you're talking about I'd have to multi-branch into another tree in order
Yes.
to get those force points.
Mm-hmm.
So how do those force points work exactly? And you say you need force points. Does every time I
You roll
use
for
the
force move. Yeah.
how does it work? Force rating 1, what does that mean?
Means you get one.
1 die.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can use 1 per encounter.
No, one every time you want to use the force.
Oh,
So
so
you wanna-
having a higher force rating means I get to use 2 force die.
And it means that you're more likely to succeed. Because if you roll a black, then that would give you conflict if you choose to use it.
It would give me conflict, but I would. Well, if I roll 2, what if I roll 2 black and I roll 2?
It would either give you conflict or you couldn't use the force. That's why it's important to be able to use 2 or 3.
Oh, so the black means you can't use.
Sometimes.
What if I had 2 dice and I rolled one of this and I
one
rolled
pip?
one of that?
Yeah, then you can choose to use that light side.
Dude,
Like
just
take an
slam that.
event,
Holy crap.
basically.
No, you can just choose to use it and activate it and make it work.
Okay. But it's like
You wouldn't
rolling
have to use the
advantage
dark
in
side.
D&D. You get to choose the higher.
Right,
of the
yes,
two.
yes.
Going behind.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
We're on a
That's what I was trying to figure out. I was like, what is
That's
what
why
is-
it's more
So
important.
every force rating you have gives you extra force.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, I
Alright,
bet
yeah.
another tree that might help my character is that one that you saw that's like the Padawan thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I bet that one has a force rating.
The Padawan Survivor.
Yeah.
It does have a force rating.
I think that has some good vision and stuff in there.
That's in the-
I have so many dark side points right now. I have
know.
6 of them.
Yeah.
I have 6
And you're
of
about
them.
to unleash them on us.
It's gonna get intense. Prepare thyself, George. Ready thy spear. The stabbing needs to commence.
And my axe.
And thy spirit.
And my bow. George's belch.
Oh god.
What?
Are you being
Okay.
serious or facetious? Are you choking on your words? Choking on your honor?
Are you talking?
Every time I swallowed. Shut up! Shut up!
Yes, what happened every time you swallowed,
There was
dear
a little bit
George?
of air that I got in that mouthful as well. Shut up!
We're on a break.
Yeah, man.
So,
So what happened when you swallowed?
What happens when you swallow air? Josh,
I guess
what happened?
I thought I always
You
swallowed
get
air.
really burpy.
I can't burp, so it's never happened to me.
Wait, what? You,
Yeah.
you just don't have the physical ability to do?
No. It's like happened once on accident, but I can't make it happen.
I can do it.
It never happened.
I can do it on
Wow.
demand. Are you kidding me?
Can't do it.
That's an interesting superpower.
I don't know how to do it.
I'm
I-
gonna do the
everyone-
skunk smell.
I've
I think it's-
asked-
hey, dude, everybody's got their
Ever
like one
since-
minor superpower.
Ever
right?
since I was
That's
a little
yours.
kid, I've asked my
You don't
friends,
swallow air.
how do you burp? I'm like, oh, it's easy. You just swallow air and push. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Audio is still on.
Oh, it's on.
Yeah.
His audio's still on.
Yeah.
Alright, so like I said, what the heck does that mean, you know? And they're like, you just go like this, and they go, and they belch, and I'm like, I do the same thing and nothing happens. So I don't know,
Okay.
can't do it. Don't understand the mechanics.
Alright, well, that's fair. That's fair.
It's like, how would you explain it if you had to write down the process in a step by step?
And that was Josh's greatest weakness, for he can understand computers and technology, but he can never figure out human beings.
Now how to burp? Nope.
It's almost the same thing.
What is?
It's computers and people.
But
I
that's
got
not.
electrocuted.
What? You guys get shocked? I could see it. It was like I saw the electricity exchange between the two of you.
There's been a lot of conflict rising tonight.
Yeah.
He had
Maybe
me at
that's
hello.
influencing.
That's right. It's not just chemistry. It's electric.
Boogie woogie woogie. Oh my goodness. The electric slide. Yeah, so everyone all breaked out. Man, that was emotional. Right before the break. So, you guys want to, I guess we'll just bring it back.
I'll be
Yes.
honest, I totally.
Back to you, Bob.
When?
So here we are at Huron Siege.
Okay?
Oh, that's what
Oh,
happened.
we're
Yeah,
arriving.
good.
We're arriving.
Yes, we were arriving.
Okay.
We made it to the top of the.
Let's
top
let the
of
Cathar go
trail.
first, so they're not worried that red armored Mandalorians are walking up the path.
Yeah, you make your way to the fort of Huron Siege. There are great gates, like in the very like I guess like in the front of the old tree, carved in the symbol of 2 great Cathar guardians holding their their sword staffs on each side. And as you approach, Sosa Talu takes a step forward. I am Sosa of House Talu, and I request entrance into this ancient fortress. The ones that follow behind me are our allies. And you can hear this like a rumbling.
Mhm.
The gate opens, and as they open just wide enough for a single person to make their way through, you see Dolores Iskander make her way out in her battle armor. All of you, make your way inside right now.
We do. We
Okay.
do so.
Yeah, we follow in.
I'm sorry I damaged my armor. I just made it.
She looks at you, and you can see there's wear on the sides of her face, And she's someone who's seen a lot of war, just like you. That's why you melt. I guess like you're so close as master and student. You can see there's something different about her right now. You need to make your way to Master Itzing, and we're making arrangements.
Master, are you okay?
I'm fine. The fight here was a difficult one. You need to go with the others.
All right, I'll be back. By your side.
I think she's a fan.
Just gonna.
You think she's the one?
I think she's a fan.
Oh. Master, it's important that we speak to you and the other masters alone as soon as possible.
I understand that.
Yes, ma'am. All right, and we'll go through.
You make your way through. You see Johnher and Crux move forward. Crux makes his way forward and he embraces Rudax.
Okay.
Brother, it's been too long. I'm glad you're here. My thanks for this. And they hug.
Mm-hmm.
And Sosa makes her way to Johnher, and Johnher nods, and she moves past him to meet with her mother.
Okay.
You can see that there's another member of House Talu who is watching her, and she moves into their arms.
The life mate. All right, the one we haven't met yet. Okay.
As you move past here, you can see that this great, this great tree is barely full. You imagine there's only maybe 400 Cathar in this place. This place that could hold thousands. You can see them arrayed in this first floor. Fathers holding their children, and as you move past them, you make your way into one of the side openings, and you see Master Itzing is there.
All right, I'm absolutely going to go to him.
Are they playing with giant balls of yarn?
What?
They are not playing with giant balls of yarn.
That's what you were thinking of?
Went there.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Master Itzing, have you seen Master Uguay?
Master Uruguay has a plan, and you're not going to like it, but we're going to discuss it here.
Alright. I need to go report to my master. Where is he?
He'll be joining us soon.
Well, as you can see, Master, we retrieved the runaways, and unfortunately we ran across a platoon of Mandalorian scouts. We found out that just one of the drop ships holds at least 800 Mandalorian free rangers, and with as many as were streaking across the skies, there must be tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, here on this planet. They mean to keep it. They mean to take it and keep it, or turn it into glass.
I think what he's asking is what time are we
Evacuating.
We're moving them out of this place, away from Huron Siege, and we'll be taking them to a small, secluded spaceport along the waterline.
Is that why there's so few of them here now? I would assume somewhere like this, there'd be way more at Cathar.
This is all that remain.
On the whole planet?
No, of the houses.
Yeah.
or the place
Of
that
the,
we
the
just
great
came
tree.
from?
The tree that we came from.
Right.
The other cities have also been laid to waste.
Oh.
Have any survivors or stragglers made their way here from the other cities?
We have heard no word from them. The Selkath says as he moves around the room.
Okay.
I must be honest with you, Padawans, now. All of us had some inkling of these events that were transpiring here. We knew there would be a great calamity on this planet. We could feel it
And you didn't tell us.
in the Force.
You have
We knew not what would happen, but that we needed to come here to save who we could. We had no idea of the magnitude. You see that Azuris Delmora is standing in the back of the room.
Whose
Well,
master is that?
That's
Okay.
Gaxgag's master. We knew that there would be bloodshed. We knew that there would be death. But we had no knowledge that it would be this much.
Unfortunately, the Mandalorians did. And even worse, one of them indicated that there's a traitor among us.
Azuris nods his head, and you see Master Itzing. The council would not have intervened had we not made our way here independent of them. So that is why this had to be kept a secret. Master Uwe makes his way into the room.
Wow. The masters chose independently to come here. All right, that's a revelation.
Just
Like, or they have to look at like the self-hatch Jedi Master, just be like, I can live with that. I'm gonna take off my backpack. I'm gonna sit on the ground. I'm gonna slide like I guess the multiple components of my armor smith like kit out and like attach them together. Stand up and like step on one corner, and all four like I guess diagonal flaps are gonna open up with like small I guess like repulsor things to hold tools and areas, and I'm gonna start working on my armor.
Okay.
My Padawan, I
Time to
would
get
like to
busy.
speak with you.
Master Uwe says to Kieran.
Yes, Master. What's the plan?
He gestures to move to the side.
Okay, I follow him.
What have you found?
Well, Master, we've encountered the patrol of Mandalorians when we saved the two Cathar. We brought them back. They're safe. Master, it seems like the Mandalorians knew far more than they would have if they were merely scouting the planet. They must have an inside agent.
Yes, I have fears that there is something like that. But we must try to save as many here as we can.
But Master, if one of the inside agents is not one of the Jedi Masters, much as I hesitate to say it, what should we do? Anything we do from this point on could be compromised.
That is true. That is quite true.
What course of action do you advise we take? Should we break into groups, or are we going to work all together?
As it stands now, I and a small contingent of Cathar warriors are going to make our way to the sea.
To the sea.
I will use my talents for making illusions to make it seem like a great number of Cathars will move to the ocean.
We're to be a distraction then.
I'm to be a distraction.
Well, surely I'll come with you, Master.
No. No. You must defend the other Cathars that will be here. And their progress to the transport ships that they have available.
Well, how are you going to meet up with us afterwards?
I will find my way. Always to you, my Padawan.
Okay. I mean, you've done it before, but we've never been under a planetary invasion by Mandalorians before either.
Yes, I'm interested on seeing on what will happen, but a man does what he must.
Well, you know what's best. I wish you luck.
I will not need it.
He smiles. And he moves back. Master Itzing says,
There are 4 Cathar ships, old transports, that they have available to them. And they will give us the best chance for making our way off of this world. There will be a distraction by way of Master Uguay.
he looks at Uguay. The human nods his head at the Selkath, and the Selkath nods his head.
They will draw the Mandalorians' fire, and we will make our progress to the hills below this place. Enter the transports there, and from there make our way from the planet. The pilots of those ships are among the best the Cathar have to offer, and if one of you would like to stand in their stead, that is something that can also occur as well.
Master, I have a question. Do the Cathar possess any kind of fighters? Space fighters?
None that can stand against the Mandalorian ships.
What about sensor jammers? The electronic countermeasure equipment.
Do we know if there's a blockade, a Mandalorian blockade in space that will
Assume that there is.
Can I roll warfare to like?
Yes, you
know?
can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
What's the difficulty?
Make me. It's against 2 difficulty. Anyone who'd like to make those checks, please feel free. These
Alright.
checks will give you some more information. You want to make a warfare check too?
Absolutely. Wow, that is how you roll a warfare check. 4 success with 3 disadvantage.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, Gaxkang, how'd you do?
1 miss with 2 advantage.
All right. Would you like to give anyone a blue die? Would you like to recover strain? How'd you like to do it?
Well, I don't have any strain.
Okay. Fair.
But blue and blue.
All right. So roll blue die with your check.
I'm going to roll yours.
Yeah, to get rid of that disadvantage. Yes!
Hey!
All right. I got 2 advantage, so I got rid of
4 hits and 2.
4 hits and 1 disadvantage.
Okay. All right. And
I
then
don't think I do better, but
You got success
I
with 3 disadvantage.
I got a success with 3 disadvantage.
all right. So the Mandalorians definitely have a blockade. You look at some of the schematics that they have on a data reader, and as they're projected in front of you in flickering blue light, you can see that these are older transports that will probably not be faster than the blockade. I mean, they're not really blockade running ships.
Right.
They're transport ships
So-
for civilians.
Shielded?
You look over the schematics. You have computers, right?
Right.
These are ancient ships. They will not be able to. They won't be able to jam any of the Mandalorian sensors. And if there's a Mandalorian capital ship in orbit, and there is probably at least one of those, then they will be decimated as they
That's
attempt
what I
to run
thought.
that blockade. You look these ships over, and you look over their their marshal schematics, and you see the masters are crazy. There's no way that this isn't the plan.
Okay.
They're saying this for the benefit of someone in this room.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So they are aware that there's a traitor, and they're, again, saying it for the benefit of the room. So that means we need to prepare ourselves to possibly infiltrate a capital ship or infiltrate some kind of a Mandalorian. Yeah, that's right.
How long do
That's
we
what I've been
have
saying.
before this happens?
Oh, we're not getting
This
into this,
happens?
mister. I want to run into melee combat with everybody.
Oh no! Before they expect people to be
gonna
here
happen.
to fight us.
The Discord logs to prove
Dude,
it.
what if you got your own Mandalorian capital ship?
I'm not against this. I'm merely saying that I've been for this idea. I'm the one who floated the idea originally, and you
And I
said,
agreed.
No.
I concurred.
No.
I copied what you said.
No.
And I said, yeah, let's do
You
that.
said we
Let's
should
run with
go and fight a bunch of dudes.
Oh my God! There are gonna be so many dudes to fight. There are gonna be so many
There you
dudes
go.
to
It's a
fight.
win-win.
Yes.
But-
Yes.
I want
I
a
guess
fire
so. So your masters are aware that there's someone in their midst
All right.
who is not trustworthy, and you all know that that's the case.
Okay.
Could it be the Nautilin?
Huh?
Could it be the Nautilin?
No, it's not the Nautilin. The Nautilin is not a traitor. The
I don't-
Nautilin is strong. The Nautilin is strong in the Force.
We don't know who it is.
The Nautilin went down like a bitch when fighting the Emperor.
No, this Nautilin didn't.
Not that one.
Yeah. The Zabrak got cut in
Are we
half.
picking up,
What
by
are you trying to
chance,
say?
are we
He came
picking
back
up
even
any
awesome.
Mandalorian comm traffic over the helmet?
Are you gonna try? Well, you're gonna have to. Their channels, I guess, are pretty secure. You're getting a little bit of encrypted traffic. Are you guys gonna pay some active attention to it?
He should.
I have mechanics. I don't have any of the computer things.
Okay.
I didn't
In
know
that
if we
case,
were already on
you
a
should.
decoded frequency.
No, you should. Check.
You
try to
guys have. I
that.
mean, you've been checking for patrols in your area, but they've been just giving coordinates, and I guess and those coordinates have been away from this area.
What would I use? The computers, maybe?
Yes, make me a computer check. I guess difficulty of 1 purple die.
Alright.
Can I see special modifications book?
It should be on one of the tables, or that one right in front of you.
I think it's the
Okay.
right here.
All right.
Advantage.
Well, I got one advantage.
Okay. What are you looking for?
It's over on that side.
I was trying to see if I could, if they were discussing any plan of attack against the tree.
Okay. Yeah, you can hear the on the chatters. You begin scanning all of the different frequencies. It sounds like they are looking to move their forces once they're finished eradicating the remaining Cathar from the planet. The field marshal, Cassius Fett, is
Oh,
planning
it's gonna come here.
is going to come to this stronghold and obliterate it. Just shoot it right into the ocean.
Cassius Fett.
I got one advantage.
All right. On your what check?
Computer's
Your
check.
Your computer's check.
Yeah.
You listen, and as you listen into the I guess the comm static, you can see your master seems he's paying a lot of attention to you.
Is there over perception?
He moves to you. We should talk, you and I. We haven't talked in some time.
Very well.
Come.
I do. Sorry.
You move into one of the nearby hallways. Tell me what you've seen with your eyes.
Well, how do you mean?
Since you've arrived here, what have you seen?
I've seen death and destruction. I've seen wanton slaughter. Unnecessarily, you could say. I've seen what some could call political intrigue, but I would call a major headache. And now I see untold numbers of Mandalorians in the skies above us, getting ready to kill us at any second. Unless we can figure out what to do.
That's true. It seems as if the other masters have a plan.
To run the blockade.
Yes.
She would bring the other masters.
Now you say the other masters. What do you think?
I think that you and I are strong,
There's no doubt about that.
and that we have always been strong. And I've spent so much time enforcing laws, so much time following the orders of those around me, that I've realized there are too many laws. There needs to be only one law. The strong rule.
Master, I'm afraid this line of thinking could lead to some very dark places.
The Miralukan walks around you. You can hear his great blade because Master Zaris Del Mora, as you do, he doesn't fight with a lightsaber. He fights with a great cortosis-plated vibra sword, and it rings in the air as it moves around you. So, you say these thoughts are dark.
I never said they were incorrect. Not entirely.
It's like his own fight.
Not entirely.
You and
but
your
I-
master. Like master, like Padawan.
But I do urge caution. The rest of the council would say that it is this line of thinking would lead towards the dark side.
That is very true. That is what those Jedi would say.
Master Del Mora, you can hear behind him, Dolores Iskander moves into the space. We have arrangements we have to make to ensure everyone's movements down to the water side. Of course we do. Master Iskander. Padawan.
Yes, Master.
We're strong. He makes his way. The two of them move. You can see Dolores. The edges of her faces look white, and she looks tense as she moves with Master Del Mora
Yeah.
away.
Traitor.
So,
Now comes up. What's George gonna do?
George.
What's George gonna do?
When the master is looked
I
in
have to
this
think
way,
on this.
all right.
I have to think. I mean, this is a man who, after I completed my training as an initiate, graduating from youngling and not getting murdered by a lightsaber. I mean, he's basically been as close to a father figure as I've had all my life.
Exactly.
So I have to think on this for a little bit.
That's fair. That's fair. You think about it. All right.
when we passed the master, when we were coming into this place, can I get a bead on how she's like on what her emotional state is?
Sure. She's. Well, make me a knowledge check with. Well, actually, make me an intellect check with 1 purple die. Wow.
2 successes, 3 advantage.
All right.
You remember a story from long ago.
Okay, I like stories.
Your master, Master Iskander, told you about a young woman that she was very close to, her first Padawan, and how every day she trained that Padawan in the use of the Force, but they were too powerful for her to contain. She begged the Order to allow her to keep her Padawan, to teach them the things they needed to know. But the Order had that Jedi Padawan. They handed them over to another master.
The master's the strongest. I don't understand.
Yeah, she's the strongest warrior. There were some reports you remember of your master, Master Iskander, talking about a woman, Alara, having fallen to the dark side.
Oh man.
And you remember hearing stories of your master having a daughter once.
That is not the Jedi way.
But there's just too much. There was so much war in her life before.
Oh man.
And you imagine that those things have been coming up again.
I gotta get her out of here, man.
Well, as someone who's been that close to the dark side, she would be the closest of anyone to recognizing it.
I just gotta get her out of here. This is really hard for her as a thing to experience emotionally. And I guess as someone with sense, I would know that for certain.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, this is a lot for her. You've dealt with a lot of strife, border conflicts, and things like that. War, but I mean, there are families and just
get
decimated.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna protect my master.
If one of these masters goes bad, dude, that's gonna be really
One of the
bad.
masters is definitely going to go
Yeah,
back.
I know. It is.
Yes. The question is, what will he do about it?
There's nothing wrong with pointing out a fact that you're strong.
There
Nothing
is-
inherently.
Yeah, when you're
You
Apocalypse.
can use that strength to help people.
Yeah, but not when you betray everybody else.
He never said anything about betrayal.
George.
He didn't say anything about
You're an
not
intuitive
betraying.
Padawan.
I'm also good at acting and playing the idiot.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
We don't know. We're not discussing
So
it.
what?
Exactly, we don't know about
We're not
this.
discussing
What are
it.
we doing?
So you guys have a moment
But
of
you've
to
got to know
rest.
what it means.
Do you guys want to talk about the things that have gone on? Do you want to talk to anyone in particular? How would you like?
I want to make sure that that the two great houses of the Cathar are able to mend that rift, because that's what I've been working on. I'm still focused on the
Okay.
mission. Like
Okay,
this,
cool.
you know, like I'm the Padawan, and this was my mission to bring the two great houses of the Cathar back.
At the moment, that might be the last thing on their mind.
I'm thinking in terms of survival, that they definitely, we brought back the Padawans. I'm trying to make sure that everything has been negotiated and that there can be forgiveness.
Can I roll mechanics while he's doing that to see if there's stuff that needs to be, fortified Helm's Deep style?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Make me some
Absolutely.
Helm's Deep.
I'm totally feeling
fortifications.
the two towers.
On the chatter, it seems like you guys have some time before they are arraying to take this place.
Since I haven't had a chance to actually use it in actual combat yet, I'm going to try and familiarize myself with the upgrades to the lightsaber, see if I notice any differences in how it functions and everything else.
It moves intuitively as you move the lightsaber in the air. It seems to catch light as it passes as it moves past the light.
Cool.
Silver blade.
It's
leaving
literally
after
reflecting photons.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it totally is.
images. Silver blade leaves
Yeah.
after images.
Very nice.
Yeah,
It's just like a big old heavy laser pointer.
Actually, for you, it's a mirror blade.
Kind of like that
A
now.
mirror blade.
Right.
Yeah. It's got
That's
like a,
dope.
That is.
Yeah.
That's very cool. The mirror blade.
Almost like chrome.
I remember a story I heard once about a young Padawan whose sword was a brilliant silver color, like the fountains in the pools in the room of 1,000 fountains on Coruscant.
yeah,
I got
yeah.
All right.
That's totally awesome.
2 successes.
2 successes. All right. Okay. So this main floor is solid. I mean, I guess like the main hall is very defensible. But there are a number of chambers in this place that remain empty. You think you can because you think they're in this large room because they still want to feel like a big group of people, but people are looking at one another and they can see the space. And you can see families counting who isn't there.
Right.
There are smaller rooms that you could draw people into that you could fortify a little bit easier than this large space.
Would they still have easy access to the out if we decided to evacuate, or when we decide to evacuate?
Yes.
Or okay, all right, I'm willing to do that. Yeah.
All right. So
Oh,
One last thing. While we're here, can I check the med lab and see if they have any stim packs in there? I want to try and resupply since I'm
they
Good
do.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah.
So-
you could restock all of it.
Everyone who's gonna go check out the I guess like that lab. Go ahead and make your way.
definitely gonna do
You guys can take you guys can take 5 stim packs each.
Sweet.
all right.
And
We're gonna need them.
I lost nothing.
Samar, you wanted to speak with the elders of the houses.
Absolutely.
All right. You make your way towards the towards a space in the back where a number of people have arrayed boxes. Cathar guards stand with their sword staffs at the ready, and you move before a set of them. John Herr moves towards you.
Hail, friend.
Hail, friend.
You wish to speak with the elders then?
I do. I just wish to, again, offer our apologies and condolences for the situation at hand, and to see how everyone is holding up, and to say that we will continue to do whatever we can, and to do what we must do, which is the right thing for all of us.
I will announce you,
Thank you.
if you would give me that honor.
It would be my pleasure and my honor.
He makes his way inside,
All right.
past the guards, and you can hear him like growl. When that growl turns into a roar that captures the attention of the people in the space.
The Jedi, Samar Xylem, has words with the elders of House Corso and House Talu.
You can hear them all sort of growl amongst themselves, and the sword staffs part in front of you, and you can see the elders for the 2 houses. One's a woman that is short in stature. She's wearing heavy leather robes that are armored in places. You can see she has a blade at her side. She acknowledges you. The other an older man with a great torn ear, and a sword staff on his back, wearing chitin armor, acknowledges you.
Absolutely. I'll bow respectfully, whatever the greeting is for the people. And although that's the warrior's greeting, these are the two elders. This is formal.
Make us a knowledge check.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Whatever I've seen them, is it simple?
No, it's simple. You've seen this before, so
Okay.
you only form.
All right, good. Advantage. One
All right,
advantage.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you give someone else an advantage. Their roll. I mean, they acknowledge you. You've done some great things for their house of late. So
Certainly.
the two of them. Oh well. The fellow, the Cathar with the torn ear says, "Speak, Jedi."
Great elder, I just wished to come and personally offer our condolences and to say that even though our mission or our task has been completed in the retrieval of the two members of your house, our services are not finished, and we are here to help you through whatever may yet come. We have learned of the nobility of and the courage and the prowess of both your great houses, and we have experienced their greatness. We have seen it firsthand in the battlefields and in the savannas of the Blood Hunt, and we have also seen the nobility and the fighting spirit. And even though the Mandalorians may have come here, they have not yet won, and we will make sure that they pay the blood price for every life that they took on that battlefield. We will do what we can to make sure that they pay it back tenfold.
You do us honor with your words, Jedi. We are bolden. And yes,
The woman says, "With the return of the blood of our blood, the rift between our houses will be healed. And even if we are set below the sun of the savannah, we will fight as one."
That is all that we could wish. And I'll, be respectful and bow. And I'll say again, we will make sure that when the sun sets on the savannah, that you will see the sun rise as well. And that your great people will not fall here. We will survive this together as one.
As one. As one. They all the Cathar roar.
Yes, as one. I like that.
Yeah. All right.
As one. Yeah, totally. As one.
Gax King, what are you doing? Everyone's practicing the lightsabers and talking to people or
Building stuff.
building stuff.
Oh, well, originally I went down to, go raid for Stimpaks.
All right, yeah, you make your way into the into that space. A good number of the Stimpak stores were brought over from the houses of nearest, and they're stacked in here enough for all of the wounded, more than enough for all of the wounded. So you can get 5 Stimpaks for yourself.
Already added.
All right, sweet.
Cool. But whatever I'm doing, be it raiding for health or practicing, essentially shadow boxing with a spear, Master's words keep replaying over and over in my head. I'm just thinking on that.
You move the spear a natural part of yourself, and you see that one of the young Cathar warriors is moving their weapon in time with you.
He's imitating you.
Yes.
All right,
He's got to hear it.
can I try and do some kind of a flourish?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah. Make me your melee check.
All right, cool. And seeing as how I don't have a force point committed, I'm not going to roll that extra one.
Seems legit.
Yeah.
Okay. You can get a blue die.
What?
I mean, did you use your blue die on your? I guess like on like that you earned earlier on your triumph, or did you use that die?
I think I gave one to myself and one to Bob or
I don't think you used it, so go ahead and use it if you want.
Let's do it now.
Yes.
Here's it.
Use it. Be cool.
It's all about narrative stuff.
That's right, man.
Well, useless. 3 hits.
Nice. So,
all right. Useless.
so,
That's
so
pretty
what does it
awesome.
look like when you do it? When you, I guess, like when you use
What
the,
kind
I
of
guess, like you
fish?
use the spear.
Like aggressive water.
Okay. Okay.
Like it's graceful. It's very fluid in the the spinning it around. The,
Yeah.
going over the back. Catching it with the other hand.
Like the way
Just
the
right with the
motions
long
connect
end.
to each other.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's the beginnings of a very aggressive style, like Cathar or like Vapad or
You can see the Cathar. There's no way it can match the beats that you I guess I guess your movement, but the Cathar like it drops its sword staff and you see it unleash its claws and it begins tearing at the air completely artlessly, ripping it ripping at the space of the stone, and you feel something coming off of the Cathar, something that moves against your perception of the Force.
Can I use my sense power on the Cathar?
Yeah, you can.
Alright, how do I do this basic sense?
Yeah, I mean, you could just know some
You have
things.
to be closer to
The
the
Force.
So
Use the Force, Caxcan.
you move towards the Cathar, and you can feel inside the Cathar. There's a great conflicted emotions, but you can also feel a strength in the Force there.
Force sensitive.
So
Lots of conflict, but lots of force.
I want to go up to him and just observe him while he's striking the air, and just ask when there's a break in the action. Seems to be troubling you.
There's nothing, Jedi. I'm practicing. I have to fight for my family.
There's an energy about you. A sort of, you could call it an unease, but a tension, something tells me that one as disciplined as the Cathar people would not
Give into
seemingly
emotion.
out of nowhere throw his sword staff aside and just swipe at the air.
I was feeling angry. I could feel it growing inside me.
The Jedi would teach that you should learn to repress this anger. But you are no Jedi. So, my advice, if you would hear it, is do what you can to let go of your pain. Do what you can to let go of your anger. But if need be, learn a healthy way to channel it and use it for a good purpose.
You're the one. You're the one that's the student of Master Del Mora.
Correct.
Are you going with us? Me and the other children.
I do not know yet. I will confer with the Master at this time.
Right. I'll wait in the room that he told us to wait in.
The room that he told you to wait in?
What room?
I can show you. Please, come.
As you move down, and a good number of this place is abandoned. Like you can hear the ocean as you close with a space, and you can feel in this space the Force wash over you. You open the room, and there are 10 Cathar children that are in here, and you can feel the beginnings of the Force moving off of all of them.
Really? Is there anything that I can do to... Well, no, I'm not qualified to do that.
This is where Master Del Mora wants us to wait.
I see.
What are you gonna do, George? What are you gonna do?
Find out what you
I
can.
must find my master and see what our plan of action will be. So, care about your business, but for now, just do what my master told you.
Matt, are you a master?
I am Still merely a Padawan.
Padawan Gaxkang,
Yes.
you're a great warrior.
Thank you.
And like you see, like the young Padawan, like I guess like stretches, and the other Padawans they stand like at attention and watch you.
I'm gonna do this. That as a sign of like a sort of a salute.
Okay, they mirror your action. Like they salute you, and do you go searching for your master?
Yep.
All right. Are you going by yourself?
No.
No. All right.
No. From what little time I've spent with them, I know that Master Oogway is probably the most rational and balanced. Closer to Matt. Yeah. Yeah. Master Oogway is probably the one who's a little bit more, calm and balanced about this kind of stuff compared to the other masters. So I want to seek him out first.
You make your way to find Master Oogway, and as you move towards the space where Master Oogway is, you can see him sitting on a stone floor that looks over the ocean. The large blast doors have been opened up so that Master Oogway can watch the sky, and across the horizon you can see the gray skies above Cathar with places of blue. Master Oogway turns. Hey, how are you?
I'm troubled, Master.
Why?
There's been conflict inside of me. My master has said some things that put seeds of confusion and doubt in my mind. And I've only recently come to find that there is an entire room here in the Great Hall full of young but Force-sensitive Cathar.
That is true. We felt them and we look to move them away. I did not know they had been gathered in one place.
Yes, they are all there together, seemingly at the behest of my master.
Well, Master Del Mora must have his reasons for this.
What do you think?
I don't know what to think anymore. My master, we spoke briefly not too long ago, and he said that he and I are strong, and that the strong should survive.
You saw them, the ones that came here, the one that burned the houses of Nearest.
The Mandalorians,
Yes,
yeah, we fought them directly.
they
The
think,
scouting party, at least.
they think they are so strong. They bring the flame of Mandalore to this place. And that fire burns everything around it. How old were you when you began studying with your master?
Very young. I very briefly remember growing up on, as a child, being a child on Nar Shaddaa, and having a hard life. I couldn't have been more than 5, 6, 7.
You were young. What do you think you would have become if, as a child, we gave you to the Mandalorians?
Worst case scenario, they would have put me into some sort of forced labor. Best case scenario, I would be probably inside one of those suits of armor, or inside one of those ships.
Other suits of armor that
As he's standing there in his red armor.
And how does that sit with you, Padawan?
Well, as to slavery, I'm obviously very much against that. But as to being a part of the Mandalorians, being part of an invasionary force, that's hard to say. From their perspective, being a part of them, I would be doing the right thing. Being raised and indoctrinated into them, growing up as a Mandalorian, I would think, yes, obviously, by default, I am on the correct side. Being trained by the Jedi, however, I like to think it gives me a little bit of a better perspective to be able to say there is no absolute in having a correct or wrong side of the situations like this.
You were right. You're wise, Gaxkang. You have the power of choice. Do you think the Mandalorians will give those children that power?
Absolutely not. I think that if there were any Force sensitives among the Mandalorians, that not only would they have been able to detect their presence, but they would have tried to find a different way. Something where they can get more Force sensitives on their side, knowing what powerful weapons they have the potential to become when properly trained. But as it stands, the Mandalorians seem fit to just glass the planet.
Yes. They wish to send a message. We are part of that message.
What would that message be? And nothing can stand up to their military might?
We won't talk about their message. We will instead talk about the message that we send them as Jedi. Uwe stands up. We will show them that they cannot come to a place. They cannot burn the people here. They cannot harm the innocent. They cannot do these things without resistance. That there will always be those who will stand before them, and if they do wrong, they will be struck down. That there will always be those who stop those who would do evil. There will always be those who protect the light.
Thank you, Master. If I may. The Mandalorians know this. To the outside, they may seem like simple brutes. They may seem warlike and savage, if not for their starships and their advanced weaponry. But what they seek, more than anything else, is honorable battle. Present circumstances excluded, obviously. To them, fighting and dying on a battlefield is second only to the thrill of conquest and of proving yourself the dominant one.
Does Gax King know that?
Xenology check?
To make a xenology check. Do it. Do that business.
How familiar is Gax King with Mandalorian?
I feel like
Cultures.
XK knows some stuff. You just make that roll.
One purple?
Yeah, do it. Do it.
3 hits.
Nice. Okay, yeah, you know that business.
All right.
Yeah.
What you say is true. It has always vexed me, and perhaps I will learn this answer to this conundrum soon. That you become a legend among the Mandalorians by stopping Mandalorians.
I see. Thank you, Master.
It will be a good day today.
It will be.
I come around the corner.
This is
Master,
awesome.
Master, we're all ready. Are you sure there's nothing else I could do? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. How is your, it seems as if you've been practicing.
Yes, we recently encountered some rare minerals that the Ravi was able to upgrade our lightsabers with. It's a great improvement.
Wonderful. You must be dutiful in your studies. Learn how to use that blade as a, well, the lightsaber as a part of you.
Of course, Master. It shall be an extension of myself. Just as you've told me.
Yes.
Master, I still think that you need my help. Couldn't I do more to help us with you and the others as the distraction than to help the rest escape? There are plenty of people helping them escape. Do you not need more assistance?
Kieran, I am your master. You must trust me in this.
Of course, in all things, Master. I just want to help.
Make your way with the others. See them safe.
Of course.
Well then, we will make ready. There is much to be done.
I'm gonna go seek out my master.
All right.
Do you need assistance?
No, I feel like Master Uguay has helped me see a little bit more clearly.
You don't want to go see your master with anybody else to have your back?
I feel like Rafi's gonna be focused on equipping his armor and modifying it too much.
Dude, this is
I
something
feel like
serious.
Samar is gonna be very judgmental.
This is
no
something
matter what I
very
do.
serious. Not at all. I am supportive. I am supportive. I'm all about negotiation and support.
I'm right next to you.
He's right next to you.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's not Kieran, would you join me for a moment?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
I must speak with my master, and well, backup's not the best term, but it's the most appropriate that I could think of.
Backup. What's going on?
Don't worry, it's nothing that serious. You'll figure out when we get there.
Are you suspicious of him?
I may be, but
Yeah.
Master Uguay's already been informed.
You have a lot of time.
Do me a favor, whatever you hear in there, unless it's vitally important, don't share it with the others.
Sure, I'll help any way I can.
Thank you.
Don't share with the others. I'm not the
You guys make your way down towards the space where a number of the supplies are being pushed into packs that were stored in these great old halls, and you can see Dolores Iskander standing there. She's pacing, and your master, Master Azuras Del Mora, is leaning up against one of the walls.
Hey, Gex K.
Hail, Master.
You're hiding?
No, I'm just kind of wondering. I'm wandering around the room, acting like I'm not paying attention. kind
You just have your hands in your pockets like, dude.
I mean, they're not the only two people in the room, right?
No, there are others.
Everyone's getting ready
Oh
and
boy,
stuff.
I'm tired.
I'm just kind of walking around, acting like I'm helping out, but really what I'm doing is paying attention to what Gex King is doing.
All right.
I'm gonna try and be a little stealthy.
Yeah, just be a little stealthy.
That's what I'm gonna try to do that. Let's see.
Master,
Yes.
I was in the training hall not too long ago,
Should I?
practicing my
Make your roll. Yeah. One purple.
sequence, and I noticed a young Cathar behind me, a young Cathar warrior.
Yes.
Yeah.
Total success.
All right. I think I'm stealthy.
Yes.
I got
all the death, all
Four.
that's wiped out.
yeah. I got four
Three
hits.
4 hits.
Four
Okay.
hits, because you had that one hit and advantage. Yeah.
Okay.
4 hits.
4 hits.
You managed to hang back. It doesn't seem like anyone's paying attention to you, and
Okay.
you have a good vantage point on their conversation.
Gotcha.
Master Del Mora says,
Really? A young Cathar, you say?
Yes, Master. I'm gonna look toward. Is Master Iskander anywhere near, like, super close by?
not super close by.
Okay. May we speak in private, Master?
Of course. Whatever you require, my son.
So I just want to pull him a little bit further away so that I know she's out of earshot, but still that Kieran may be able to still hear us.
Okay. You move down closer towards the edge of the supplies. A number of people are moving those supplies away, and Master Iskander is seeing to those people. As they see to those people, you stand against the shoreline. This, as you look out past your master, you can see this looks like an alcove. There's a large opening on one side where the ocean water could make its way in, and
Very
supplies
nice.
could be
Yeah.
offloaded.
Nice and majestic.
And you make your way like down nearly to the water line,
What?
This young Cathar. As I was going through my motions, he threw his blade aside and started slashing at the air with his claws, almost reverting seemingly to a feral state. I asked him what was troubling him, and he said he was giving into his anger. Master, I felt something when I spoke to him. I think the young one might be force sensitive,
Really?
and I have the feeling that you knew this. As he led me to a room full of young, force-sensitive Cathar, who said that you told them to wait there.
I told them it would be good to wait there for their own protection. The water, you can hear the water run against the stones. This place could be attacked at any time.
But would it not make more sense to keep them separate rather than have a group of potential force sensitives and potential future weapons?
Gex Kang, what do you want to say to me?
I'm merely trying to understand the reasoning for keeping them there. They also asked if I would be joining them in their evacuation.
Yes, that is the question. Will you be joining them in the evacuation?
You are the master. What would you suggest I do?
Those ones with the claws. You remind me of them, and they remind me of you. When you were so small before. An animal, nearly. Look at you now. So strong. So strong to be here in front of me. If I said, you will come with me, what would your answer to that be? What would you tell me, Padawan?
I would question what your plan is to get us all off planet.
Of course. I plan on getting the strong off this planet. I've secured that much. The other ones wish to save everyone. And we've spent so much time trying to save everyone. There's some that we just can't save. And ones we don't need to save.
Such as who?
I think you know. So, what is it that you want, Gex Kang?
I want to live. I want to do right by the galaxy. I want to do right. I want to bring justice to those who would do wrong to others. But at the same merit, I understand that there is a cold calculus to these sort of things. To war. There's a need to be able to pull the trigger, so to say. To be willing to sacrifice 1,000 lives so you may save 1 billion.
Yes. And
it takes to stop these Mandalorians here and now before they can begin the Mandalorian conquest again.
Stop them. Stop them. Gex Kang. Your next words. They are very important. Will you take my hand and come with me into a future with the other strong, where we will never need to fight the Mandalorians again? Or will you walk your own way as that animal did before, away from me?
Should I get a discipline check?
You don't have to. This is all you, man. I
Yeah.
don't want this. This isn't gonna go. This isn't gonna go to a roll, man.
I'm itching behind the wall. I
This
haven't made it
is-
through yet.
This is up.
This is on you, George. Tonight is your night, bro. Tonight is your night.
I just want to clarify that whatever happens here
Just do your thing.
does
yeah.
not bleed into Tuesdays.
It's your character.
Dude, this is
Gotcha.
you.
Yeah, man.
This is Wednesday night.
Yeah,
This is Wednesday night.
man.
This is Wednesday night right here.
Wednesday night.
All right. Well, given that he is, again, the man who raised me, he's the one who basically kept me out of slavery. He's the one who taught me how to harness my natural force sensitivity and trained me as the executioner. I like to think of it more of a justice bringer.
Mm-hmm.
His words do have a ring of truth to them. You can't save everybody. And some people don't want to be saved. So, yes.
He's gonna take the hand.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
You reach out and you take his hand,
Yeah.
It is at this point.
and I'm gonna call game there.
Oh.
Because that was a lot
That was-
emotionally.
That was.
Oh
that
my
was good.
goodness.
That was really good.
Oh my
Karen's
goodness.
gonna
We
step
can
up,
talk
say
for a little while because we have till 11.
Do it.
But
Totally
I
do
have
it.
to call game there. That was amazing.
Oh.
I ain't
Oh.
gonna lie, man. Took some guts.
Yeah, man.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. Okay, yeah, cool.
Okay.
No, I don't think this is gonna work at all.
Yeah,
I'm,
It's going
I'm,
to be an interesting experience.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
gonna step out and say something.
You gonna step out to us?
To them. I'm around the corner.
You're gonna
Oh,
step
that's
out and
right,
say
you're
to them.
listening.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm right
Oh,
there. I've been listening.
so much is
I've
going
been
on.
listening to the entire thing.
Yes.
And as soon as he reaches out and takes his hand, Karen steps out and says something. But I guess we'll have to wait.
Yeah,
till
we'll
next
wait.
week.
I want to see that next time.
man.
Next time.
No,
That's
stop.
so cool.
Don't do it.
That's so cool.
That's good.
Everyone has to make their own decision.
I'm just gonna fist fight with Master a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, you noticed it? We're still in, right? We haven't come
Yeah.
to stream. We're still up.
Yeah.
So,
Half an hour.
Yeah, we have some
Oh
time.
man, that's a
And
serious cliffhanger.
I think talking about it is really important. You know.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
one of the things that people don't do when they role playing games is a lot of these things happen, and we talk about. I mean, in order so that events like bleed things, they don't happen. It's good to have an open discourse with your players. Because obviously there's a lot of stuff, a lot of emotion that's going on right now, and that's good.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
So let's talk. Let's go around the table and let's talk about it. Let's
First
talk
of
about
all,
it.
Hey,
before
Jeff.
anyone says anything, I just want to point out, you said you were fist fighting a master?
And I said I'm gonna.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're
that-
definitely. That's how
You're
we're
gonna
gonna talk.
spar.
All right,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
Yeah, you walk and talk. I
I
get
just
it.
want to point out, fist fighting with master sounds like a masturbation joke, but go on.
Okay.
I mean, I guess
What?
technically.
Right.
Thing, I
Okay.
suppose.
All right, but yeah, really quick. Okay, so yeah, what's going on? What's going on in your head?
Well, I mean, I know what's gonna happen next.
Okay.
Hey, Karen spent the entire time like listening to what was going on, and
Just making you mad.
at first he was as he was listening, he didn't pick up on anything. But as Gex King's master kept talking, then several realizations started going through his head, and
You realize why you were called there in the first place?
Well, I mean, a lot of things, and he's put 2 and 2 together, too, from what he's heard, and so he was just waiting on Gax King's reaction, and he waited until Gax King made his decision before he made his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally forgot he was even there.
That's awesome.
okay.
And that was awesome,
yeah.
man. Dude, you were true to your character, and it was fantastic. But yeah, it's going to get crazy next game.
All right.
It is gonna get
just
crazy.
so you know, though, this was fantastic because this made me go back to when we first started talking about our masters, right, in terms of the quotes and things like that, and just in terms of reinforcement. So, I remember the teachings of my master. Discipline is doing what needs to be done when it needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. And also, again, do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. And for this one right here, it's one cannot cross the sea merely by standing on the shore and staring at the water. There's about to be some serious leaping into the sea on your part, and then that's gonna seriously move things along, and it's gonna be very interesting in the next game. So
I get the distinct feeling I'm gonna get my head cut off within.
Yeah,
Very,
I mean,
it's
just-
entirely possible,
okay.
but
If
maybe
it-
not.
If that's
Again,
going to be the thing that happens,
Not if you joined him.
it's just gonna be a cool story. Like
Yeah.
that's the whole crux of the thing.
yeah, it's a cool
that we're
story.
attempting to
Yeah.
accomplish.
It's a
here.
cool story.
I mean, because I certainly I think that like playing this game and we're going through all these things with your characters, like I could totally see where Gax King's going,
Yeah.
like, with that character. I mean, like and their relationship with this master, like I guess like their master.
Totally loyal.
So I can totally appreciate it. And yeah, like it's certainly a dangerous choice, but like I think that it was like it was really good, man. It was really good. But yeah, then that also like well, I mean, just go into your thoughts.
Oh yeah, no, it's a hard situation to be in. I mean, because again, like I said in game, how do you reconcile that when someone that is really close to you is really you're emotionally invested to them? They ask you to do something that is like a huge 180, like a sudden left turn that you didn't see coming.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you may have some inclination. Like right now, if you were to tell me that, if I get a call from my mom, right, and she says, "Hey, I need you to just go do your laundry." Fine, yeah, whatever. But if I get a call saying like, "Look, don't ask any questions, but go to my office and pick up a package, and don't look inside of it."
Yeah, we do it.
But you do it because it's your mom.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is your master. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
So no matter what, or what's in the package, what might this be, blah, blah, blah. You also, there is that reconciliation between, like, this is the person who did X, Y, Z for me. They're so, I'm so emotionally invested.
yeah, he raised you.
How do I say no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You put your trust in them to lead you down the correct path every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, totally. Like, and you trust them, and yeah, this is something that happened a bunch of times. With masters during the men.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Yeah, this is what happens.
When masters go a certain path, their Padawans
You
join
gotta
them.
ask
Yeah.
at what point do the Padawans continue being the baby bird and just like following the mama bird, or at what point do they jump out and learn to fly on their own?
Well, apparently that was the point, and then he chose to continue to follow with the master,
That's his path.
but as his own path. That was his own person. That was still great.
Yeah, that was good. All right, so Shay, you have some.
I had
thoughts?
no idea that my master had been through those specific things.
Those were the things that you showed me in the video.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Your
didn't-
background.
That's
You
exactly
said that
right.
was the stuff you wanted.
meant
That's
to
exactly
fight.
right.
I forgot that the rest of that stuff was a thing.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. Man. I wasn't like,
Yes, totally.
I wasn't like, oh man,
Totally.
the fight's just really dope. Like,
That was the thing.
Yeah.
I was just like, starts this particular time thing. You can just watch the fight. I don't really care about it. I should have said that, but I didn't. Goes to show. So basically, I'm thinking currently that I have to figure out how to get my master on the everybody leaves thing,
Mm-hmm.
knowing good and well that that's going to be pretty about as close to impossible as I'm going to get.
There's about to be a big throwdown, possibly with your master and his master, and him and him. And
Well, and see,
I guess
based
I'm
on the
worried about master falling, though.
based
I'm
on
worried
the
about that, too.
Padawans, based on the Padawans' reactions, I couldn't tell if David meant it. Like to me, I took the trauma that you revealed about his master as being like maybe she's extra nervous because she's been so close to the dark side in person before that she can recognize it, and that maybe she is more aware than any of the other masters of what's going on with Gax King's master.
I mean, that's
True.
a distinct
That's
possibility.
what I'm thinking.
But the other one that I was thinking maybe some of the Padawans got too, that could be interpreted as is like maybe because she's been so familiar with the dark side, she not only knows what Gax King's master's doing, but might be aiding him in.
And could join him. So yeah, then there's two masters
It could
on the dark side.
potentially.
I was thinking that, but then you reminded me about the video of where you got your master from, and she is firmly on the side of the light. If you watch
That's
those
what I was
movies, man, those videos are amazing.
I have no idea what videos you're talking about.
We're talking about the cinematics for KOTOR.
Yeah.
You know, like where she's the teacher, the instructor, and then
Over
the
one or two.
I don't know,
this
they're
is-
amazing
this is
No,
videos.
he's
better.
talking about the Old
This is,
Republic.
The Old
Yeah,
Republic.
yeah,
The Old
yeah,
Republic.
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
If you haven't seen it, there's the video that I posted when we were talking about Masters in the chat. You're in Discord.
I will look it up.
Yeah, either way, she's awesome and a total badass, and she's a champion of the
light.
Jedi and the light.
I do have to ask, what makes you think that automatically, just because he says things like the strong survive, you think automatically that means dark side and Sith? Yes.
I didn't say dark side and Sith. I
We didn't say
said
that.
You said that you thought he was dark side and that his master might join him.
I said
Oh,
that.
I was thinking.
I say he's with the Mandalorians because he's all about the strong surviving. That is the Mandalorian way. The strong survive.
I thought
They're
he
all
was
about
tired of
strength.
That is
taking
the
orders,
Mandalorian way.
so
That's
he's
Apocalypse.
trying to secure a way out for him and the people that he sees strong via
Right.
the Mandalorian.
Which would
Like
be
Apocalypse.
the Mandalorians.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
I-
at
Only
least
the
from the
mutant
outside
mutants.
looking in.
Yes.
I'm thinking big picture. Like, it's not so much about the Cathar and them being strong. I'm thinking like I'm more on a galactic scale. The strong do survive. And when
The
we're in
Mandalorians.
conflict with
Absolutely.
The Mandalorians. Yeah, they're strong, but
We will
they've
never
been
have to
beaten
fight
back.
the Mandalorians
They've
again.
been beaten back.
That's what your master said.
Who is?
Yeah.
Your master said.
Yes.
Your
They're
master
beaten
said.
back.
Your master said, "Come with
Malachor
me."
5.
This is the beginning of
Your
that war.
yeah. This is
Or
way
Mandalorian
before the
war.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
what your
This is like
master
the second planet that they've reached.
what
Yeah.
your master said it was, "Come with me, and we will never have to face the Mandalorians again."
Yeah, because he's on their side. Now,
That's clearly what he was inferring.
the
Or
awesome
destroy
part
them.
was Uguay said the way to become
One
a
man,
legend among the
it's
Mandalorians
students.
is to resist them, and that was awesome to me. That was
So,
great, man. That was
I guess
fantastic role playing.
Really quick, character death. That's a thing because I feel like next session we might have to.
Could
do
definitely
something
happen
like-
next session.
Yes.
I mean, it's definitely something
Yeah,
that could be.
yeah.
I guess thoughts on that. I mean, like as
All the
far
way
as
around?
everyone just being comfortable with something that's on the table.
If it
Because-
happens thematically, I'm totally
Yes.
cool with it.
As long as it's good for the story.
It's much
Yeah.
better thematically to have it happen too than to have a character death in a random battle.
Yeah.
As far as like somebody just had bad rolls in battle and
Yes.
they died in combat versus
Yeah.
somebody made a decision to do something and ends up dying.
Heroically.
It,
Yeah.
it's still better
Exactly.
than having a character die by taking like thermal detonators to the face and not being able to get out of a Kolto tank, right, Bob?
Yeah.
yeah.
Or stepping into a ring of death and just dying. You know? Or failing to save at the beginning of a battle and just dying.
I think my character might be contemplating, like, just dying for the sake of his master. I guess, like, one of the things that I guess, like, after
You mean
going,
sacrificing yourself to
Is-
save
is-
your master, of
yes.
course.
Like, going through the things that she went through, I think the only way that my character currently thinks that he might be able to get her out is, like, bodily throwing her onto, like, in the closing door of a ship,
Yeah,
and
like you
then
could do that
fighting
to your
something.
master.
So,
Like you could do that to your master.
I mean, I could get one.
yeah.
I mean, how hard a difficulty check would that be?
I mean, she's really tough.
Yeah,
Well, she's the same
extremely
size
tough.
as me.
I'm sorry, you wrote, she is well known because she single-handedly killed a Tyrantatech.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But she
He never
still,
said how.
but she only weighs a certain amount.
With a single hand.
So like, if I could
Force
just,
move, man. She's,
just
With a thermal detonator?
Just a single hand. You said single
she
hand.
can lift you up and put you on that transport.
well, I mean, she'll have to do
With
that
the force
with the door
and with
shut.
her arm.
She'll have to do that with the door shut. So we'll slide her on there with the door shutting, and then I'm
Yeah.
fight something, and that's probably gonna be the end of that. Unless it's not, I don't really know. I got some plans for. All right, this is gonna be my last stand.
Yeah.
But I'm really gonna get out of here. It's gonna be like, all right, I got this, and then like people are gonna like take off in a ship, and then the rest of the combat is gonna be being like flashbang, smoke bomb. I'm out of here.
None of us want to die.
yeah.
So yeah, it's really great to talk about this stuff, and also, I mean, that's one of the other reasons I won't leave it on cliffhanger because I thought it was a great moment. But
Yeah,
then
it was. It really was.
just if you guys want to get some stuff ready, if it happens, to I guess like to a character, it's good to have something that's backed up. That isn't necessarily a Jedi, but someone who can still influence the game. Because I want you at the table and talking and like and playing the game, and doing that kind of stuff.
So in other words, we need to come up with a backup character.
I'm
Not
thinking,
Force
I may need
Ghosts.
one for
I'm
you.
Not Force
thinking-
Ghosts. I don't feel like Force Ghosts are gonna be.
I'm thinking hired gun,
Yeah.
consular pilot.
A Cathar.
Well, pilot.
Cathar Marauder.
Cathar Marauder is also solid.
I have
Yeah.
absolutely
one of the warriors.
no idea how the mechanics work outside of my specific class, and because I've
That's fine.
never,
Core mechanic works
I've
this.
tried looking through the books, and they're great. I've tried looking through the PDFs, and they're very grainy.
That's
Okay.
fine. We'll talk about it. And
Okay,
then
yeah.
there's always Ogdude's character generator to help with the mechanics.
Yeah.
Well, the
So-
problem is with Ogdudes is that a lot. Say you look at for like skills and stuff, and it doesn't actually tell you what they do. They say, like for example, I got it printed out here. It says, "Please see
See the page.
page 298 of
Yeah,
A
that's
Rebellion
fine.
Core."
So look at the
That's
page.
true.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's what I'm saying. It's grainy. I can't
Read
It's
it.
fine.
do it.
We'll talk about it then.
Yeah.
Come up with your character concept, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Also, it's really nice to the Savage the secret book was definitely really grainy, but there are one of the cool things about this game in general is that it's very narrative in nature.
Yeah.
So if you can come up with a concept of the kind of character that you want to play
Yeah.
and the spaces within the scenes that you want them to be good at, you'll be able to the rest of that'll just kind of do itself.
And we'll help you. We'll help you in between
Yeah.
there.
Cool.
So I mean, we've got until next Wednesday.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of time, like
Yes.
Computer hacker.
to do
All
some
right,
stuff.
so that better be some amazing armor since he worked on that the rest of the time. That better be some amazing
so
armor.
about that, there is only a certain amount of time that I have to do stuff, and there's amounts of time that it takes to make things.
Yeah.
Shields take 8 hours, so
You're gonna make shields?
I was planning on making 2
Okay.
Cortos shield,
Thank you.
but that's 16 hours.
To the Brownies.
Like, that's
guy?
2
Never
days.
mind, that won't work.
Um,
Yeah, that's fine. I understand. Don't worry about it then.
So
8 hours for you.
If we're allowed that long.
Grenades and
Yeah.
stuff. I think grenades and mines take like 2 hours. I want to say. If I can make some modifications to some things, it's much faster.
Actually,
Okay.
you had some grenades from the Mandalorians.
Oh,
We had that gear.
man.
You can make but okay, so that stuff and the modification things that's something we can talk about in the chat.
Just-
oh,
how
yeah,
about
that's fair.
for right now instead of mechanic stuff let's talk about some character death stuff because I mean
That makes sense.
Yeah, like what's your most memorable character death that you in a game that you've played?
Oh yeah,
I've never had a memorable
Yeah.
character death. Not a good memorable character death.
So it leaves you bitter and it leaves you
Exactly.
jaded. It
Yeah.
leaves you frustrated.
Exactly.
Yeah, dying in game sucks.
It is rough.
But if it's for a noble purpose, like if you're the one that
I've never
takes
had a
down
noble
a trip,
purpose death.
well, we're about to have one.
Probably.
But if
I don't
I
plan.
got one. If nobody else got noble deaths,
I never plan to
No, I
fail.
don't
I
have
just
a noble
sometimes
death. I
fail
just
to
like how
plan.
he was
Yeah.
like noble death, and he fucking points at me like.
no, I'm saying that in whatever happens next game, that is a fantastic possibility of there's going to be a showdown here with possibly mutual death, or you win, you lose, or you win, you lose. We'll see what happens, and it's entirely possible.
I never plan to fail. So I don't. I mean, I could start coming up with the potential plan B, but that would mean I'm already planning to fail.
I mean, not planning
no.
to fail. Just I mean, like, what was like character death? Like, just give me one.
All right, the one that I remember the most was an encounter starts. Everyone had to make a save. We all had full health, and I instantly died.
What?
Oh, let's be a little
That's
more
my most
clear.
memorable death. My
Let's be a
most
little more
memorable
clear.
player death. That was it.
Let's be a little more.
I
clear.
hated it, and I was very salty for weeks.
Let's be a little more clear.
Trevor.
Why don't we go ahead and describe this
No,
more? No, it's not
Trevor.
Trevor. What he's talking about is the fact that he was at a high-level game. He was in a Demi-Lich's dungeon, and he was jumping into the actual circle of death.
No.
That was
This is
described as-
before that. This is before that.
Which
That
was
one,
this
that
one?
one didn't make me near as salty.
Which one was this?
The first one was where before at the top of the round, Demi-Lich went,
Yeah.
and he makes a howl, and we all
the
had
Howl
to
of
make
Death.
a save.
Yeah.
Howl of
And
Death.
Boom!
Yeah.
I died.
Yeah, it's Howl of Death.
I know.
What level were you?
I was 14.
Okay, at 14th level, that's what happens, man. It's all save or die.
And
It's
that
not all save or
sucked.
die, but
Yeah.
yes, it
Yeah,
does suck.
that feels
pretty rough.
It
Yeah,
does
It
feel
sucked.
rough.
I didn't
It does.
I didn't get to do anything.
Yes, but
But you didn't die. You
exactly,
were just knocked out.
exactly. He did not die. You died, but you didn't die.
And then, we
You're
brought
only
you back to
mostly
life.
dead.
We brought
died.
you back to life.
Just no. We just had like a little ring that happened to.
A ring?
Yeah.
No, I believe it was a sacrifice, and somebody had like a
No,
what do you call
it's a
it? It was a 13.
The tattoo thing?
It was a ring. No.
Yeah, somebody reversed time.
Yeah.
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 I remember that.
Time
This is the
turner
ring.
from
Yes.
Harry Potter?
Yeah, this is
Yes.
Yeah, one of those
Yeah, but it costs half your life
cigarette,
points.
right?
Yeah, it costs
Yeah,
half your life
it wasn't.
points.
It wasn't Felden. It was actually. I think it was.
It was
Cra-
Creaer.
Creaer who actually reversed time.
No, it wasn't Creaer. He died.
I
It
died.
was
died.
as far as the one that reversed
Kendra.
time. was
Kendra reversed time.
Kendra saved you.
She was the only one left
She
who had a
had it.
tattoo.
Wow.
Yeah, I had it.
Yeah,
Yes.
so there's certainly a lot to unpack at this.
But either way, it was a high-level
Yeah.
game, high-level campaign.
That's what
They're
I'm
going
thinking
against
with
the boss. It's
I
final
was just
boss
answering the
battle.
question. I'm not making
Final
excuses,
boss
but
battle.
I'm just,
All right,
I'm just
all right.
answering his question.
What about
Now, a similar situation. One of my best friends wanted to be a mob boss, and he had built his character. Actually, originally he built his character to be a noble, but he started working with the underworld, and so he started making deals with these incredibly powerful underworld bosses. Meanwhile, I planned on making my character a pirate, and the way that the game worked out, I didn't like the underworld bosses, and so suddenly I found this sense of nobility, and so I became the anti-hero. Well, at that point I got imprisoned by the underworld bosses, and my buddy was going to break me out to give me a chance to escape, and we were actually going to go our separate ways, because that was how the game was going to end. However, he failed his stealth check, so one of the big bosses came in, and it turned out that he saw us, and so my buddy threw me his sword, made it look like I was escaping and holding him at sword point, and so then he said, "He's escaping, get him!" So then the big bad guy jumps on me, and I was so angry that I killed my best friend in vengeance as I died.
Oh, man.
So that's how our campaign ended, because he was a traitor, and so we both ended up dying, and it was a really interesting way to finish that game.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
because I died
Wow.
with a massive fireball, and then he died as well. So, yeah, that was the most memorable character death. Now, I've also done some hunting games, and that's a different story.
I think. Okay, define a character death for me. Do you mean like your character actually dies and that's it? They can't get back up,
You mean
or do
permadeath,
you
or do
mean
you mean
like
0 hit points?
we cannot use that character anymore?
Either one. I mean, whichever one.
Okay,
Like,
well, there's a couple. The ones that stick out is, I hate to say, I'm still salty about every time we've had to restart our campaigns
I understand
and not
that
getting
completely.
a proper end to the end thing.
100%, I completely
Well,
understand
that's
and
what
agree.
Tuesdays are for. Now, I've never had a character die personally because I'm awesome.
okay.
Right.
Okay.
I probably will.
By the way, we
Next
heard,
week.
actually,
Who knows?
no.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
heard that
yeah.
throwdown. We heard that throwdown. That challenge was laid out.
No, look. The fact of the matter is, I haven't
That's
had
a gaming D
character die
right there.
because-
That's a
And
zip.
I'm not going to say
Oh
it's
my
because I'm
goodness. Oh my goodness.
I'm not going to say it's because I'm awesome or anything. It's more, honestly, it's like just either through really good optimization of certain characters or through just getting super lucky and DM shit.
Luck.
Mostly luck and DM
When
shit.
you ran
Yeah.
into the circle of death and did not die,
Yeah.
that was luck.
That was pretty good, yeah. But no, well, that was because he was a barbarian. He was a tank as hell,
Made
and
his
he was
saves.
beefy. Yeah,
And he made a save.
yeah. Not to mention, again, mostly DM stuff. He gave me that sun. He gave me that sunblade that did extra damage to the undead because it happened to be a lich, and that's how we whatever. Look,
It was the final boss battle.
Yeah.
You
Now-
know this.
I did have in the Saturday night games that I run, I did have a character die. A buddy of mine had made a character who he didn't like. He was like, okay, it's kind of a cool idea. He made a tiefling warlock, and she was really badly designed. He was like, after 2 games, he was like, I'm bored of her. She was originally a bad joke. Let's not do her anymore. I'm like, are you sure? Yeah, I don't want her to be. I'll just roll up and do the character. Are you positive? Yeah, I do not like her. I want her to die in this encounter. And we were running Elemental Evil, or
Okay.
Princes of the Apocalypse.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
it's when they were I forget what the name of it is, but I think it was the Summer Hills,
Yeah.
and they were being attacked by cultists of the Elemental Air,
Okay.
and they had maybe 2 opponents left, and this character, she got stabbed through the eye with a dagger
Mm-hmm.
and swirled around.
Ooh.
Yeah, so brain dead. Yeah, scrambled.
Oh, that's wicked.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now,
Wow,
it's even
man.
more messed up because the party then just said, okay, there's one guy still alive. We don't have any rope. Let's use her intestines to bind him.
Oh,
Wow.
that is really
Now, mind you, I'm
dark.
not running an evil campaign.
That became an evil campaign.
Yeah, that was
That's
pretty
evil.
messed up.
That's
Yeah.
evil.
I like to
That's
think
a
of it
pretty
like
hard
they
heel
were,
turn.
they were just being like very like utility and not letting any part go to waste because one of them is
What?
a wood elf.
What?
One of them is a wood elf that he designed.
That's not utilitarian.
That's not utilitarian.
He designed it
Unless
with
you're
the
a
idea.
necromancer.
He designed
Why
his
won't
idea.
lose any part of the body?
He designed it with the idea of he wanted it to make a wood elf that was like a Native American, whereas anything.
Yeah, I know, with the buffalo. This is not a buffalo.
Yeah, no, I
Suddenly
agree.
he became
I agree.
cannibal.
I agree. It was gruesome. It was horrible,
Oh,
and
no.
that was all them. So I had to find a way to punish them. So I think I actually did come up with a good way to punish them.
Which
One,
was?
they're in the elemental earth temple right now,
Okay.
fighting a bunch of stuff, and two, they haven't done the jailbreak mission to find this guy's new character, but his new character I rolled up was a Medusa, who I'm gonna force them to fight him at first.
That's not a bad thing. That's not punishment yet.
How is that not punishment? Being petrified.
That's a thing, though.
All right.
All right. So Shay, what's
You know which one it is.
Yeah, I do
So-
actually. Yeah, I do.
All right, let's talk about it.
All right, so we were playing a game. It's I don't know. I guess it's technically over for real now.
It's
I guess
over
it's
for
dead
me,
now,
yeah.
but it was going off and on for about 4 years.
What was the system?
It was a game called Tribe 8, which uses the Silhouette Core system, which is D6s.
Okay.
It's really simple, really just succinct.
Super
thing.
deadly.
It's real nice. It's also real deadly. It's one of the games where you can have both the super high level, we're fighting dragons with beams of light that pierce their wings and crash them into the ground.
Wow.
To if some dude walks up behind you with poop on a dagger and stabs you while you're taking where you're using the restroom, then you're probably just gonna die. It doesn't really matter
Wow.
Yeah, it's
what your stuff
it's
is.
pretty rough.
Or
Okay.
some dude like shoots you with an arrow while you didn't see him. Stealth attacks were just awful. So, playing a particular character named Lalon, and we are trekking through the barren wasteland that is Vancouver?
Yeah, it's
I
like
want to say
Vancouver.
post-apocalyptic
Okay.
Vancouver,
Yeah.
leaving
Freaking
our
Canadians,
particular
man.
tribe of criminals in
How
order
dare they
to
be so polite?
in order to
Hey.
go birth a goddess.
Hey,
They're birthing a god?
You
Birthing
check this
gods.
game out. We're gonna go over Tribe 8 in a letter.
So-
Okay.
So while we're on this trek to birth a goddess, we have to pass the intervening territory called the Hokar. Yeah, you go for it. Thank you. Like this intervening territory called the Hokar, and in particular a castle full of was it the buildy? Was it the buildy bad guys?
Yeah, it was like the building bad
Or the
guys.
fighty bad. I think it was the buildy bad guys. So there's buildy bad guys that like building things out of other things or stuff or whatever they can get their hands on, but they love flesh because it's so malleable and it feels so good.
it does.
So they had we were assaulted on the bridge overlooking a small river. We started to get just, really beat down and pushed in. We're taking a lot of damage. We didn't really know what we're going to do, so we figured we were going to die if we didn't do something. So we were like, you know what? We just need to get away from it as fast as possible. Let's go off the bridge. So first person goes off the bridge. Second person goes off the bridge. I'm back defending and all that kind of stuff. I go off the bridge too. We hit the water. David's like, hey, who's got swim? And everybody's just head drops.
Who's got swim?
Nobody has
Worst
swim.
day. It was.
Oh, what a way to
immediately
go.
everyone starts to drown. There's one person that begins to make their way, they make their way to the side of the shore. I use some magic to haphazardly and very violently make my way to one side of the shore. I get there, I get out coughing and spitting. I see them throw their rope in and begin to pull people in. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I can pull on some rope, and I turn around and there's 3 of these things. These things are called Cathar monks, and they have chains wrapped around the inside of their midsections that shoot out and act independently of one another, and living
Like a Cenobite?
capes that can. So what?
Like a Cenobite?
Kind of, sort of, except more action.
Okay.
Like Spawn.
Yeah. If you took more like Spawn than a Cenobite, but
And
kind
multiply
of
by
like a
3.
Cenobite.
Multiply them by 3. You said there were 3 of them.
There are 3 of them.
Okay.
One of them I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have been able to take. But there's 3. And every time you get attacked, it's more difficult to protect against incoming attacks.
Right.
And I'm really good at fighting things because that was just the guy that I built.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, guys. I'm going to do this.
Wow.
You just get them out of there, and you guys just leave.
Okay.
So we fought. I did pretty well, but I fell. And then I asked David to let me have the scene, so then I started glowing blue crackling lightning, and I fought like a bunch of them and defeated them, but then that was it, and I died.
And you exploded in a blaze of glory.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Eventually they did the thing, but,
All right.
you know.
All right. David.
So I started playing a really, really long time ago, and I was playing Ars Magica. That was the first game I ever played. It's a troop game, so normally you build a bunch of characters. One of them's a wizard, another one's a wizard's companion, and the other one you just play some groggy guys that have swords.
Yeah, because nobody wants to play people that aren't wizards.
I was playing in a solo game with my friend in middle school at the time, and I wasn't a wizard because he didn't know the magic rules. So that's why I wasn't a wizard. I was just a sword guy.
Oh, okay.
And I was by myself. I thought I was going to meet a band of people, go on an adventure, because I didn't know what D&D was. I was just Ars Magica. That's the equivalent of D&D.
Okay.
So I'm traveling, and the only thing that's really in his world, because we're in middle school, is this road. And I'm on this road, and I basically run into a band of adventurers. And I'm like, okay, these are some adventurers. Maybe they'll be my friends, and I have my sword. But they just proceed to attack me. And I pull my sword out, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna defend myself. And one of them had magic. And he
that's the end of that.
He chained me to the ground, and the other ones just stomped me and kicked me into a ditch. And then they proceeded to have their own adventure. It felt like I was so mad. Like we didn't talk. He was one of my friends, and we didn't talk for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Just because it was just like I didn't do anything, and it's like you beat me up, and I didn't get a chance to do anything.
I had a similar
that
situation.
That's
My brother and my friend Brandon, very first time ever playing D&D 5th edition, they were at some local game shop where the DM that was running the game was a turd. And he allowed this player who he was good friends with to mess with the players in different ways. So what this guy did, again, is their first time ever playing. First round, as soon as the game starts, this guy goes into stealth, and then he lights the tinder boxes and lamps in their adventurers packs on fire. And then they explode and kills both of them instantly.
Oh, that's terrible, DM.
That's awful.
That's a horrible
Yep,
DM.
That's awful.
Yep.
God,
So that is
a
actually why
horrible.
they are turned off from playing D&D at all. It's been a work of progress for 3 years trying to get Brandon alone to start to
That
want
is a
to create
tragedy,
character.
and whoever that DM was running that game, he needs to be banned from that
And that's
bar.
actually
Running any game.
Yes,
And
ever.
These are actually probably the worst examples of a concept called bleed out. I guess there's bleed in, bleed out. Bleed in is when you take the things that are with you into the game. Bleed out is when the things from the game affect your real life, like when you know,
Yes.
your friend
When
in
you're
his
angry.
first adventure and he doesn't talk to you for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty good at avoiding like bleed in. If I got like things going on in my life or something like that, I'm good at like disassociating myself from my character. Or at least I try. Obviously, aspects of myself always influence my character, but what's going on in my life outside of this room does not. Or at least I think I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah.
So
I'm terrible about bleed out. I mean, if Bob does something in one game that
Bleed
pisses
out
me
gets
off,
me.
I'm
Bleed
going
out
to make
does
it a
me.
point to ride his ass the next game.
Okay, well, just real quick before we end the stream, because we're at time.
Yes.
We're gonna do our best to make sure that that bleed out doesn't happen. So over the course of next week, what we'll do as expert roleplay gamers, we're gonna negotiate some of the scene a little bit. We're gonna talk about it, and then when we come to the table, it's gonna be cinematic and cool, and you guys will have a cool, good experience.
Yes.
That's what I want to happen.
I'm excited
Yes.
for
Yeah.
whatever happens.
It's gonna be wonderful. Hey, thank you guys for checking us out.
Wait, can I put in a request for XP?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot.
Ooh, that would be
Shoot.
cool.
Business.
Because we had some amazing role
Yeah,
playing tonight.
you
I mean, it was
guys.
amazing.
Okay, so last you got 30 XP. This week you get 45 XP.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, 45 XP
That
is gonna be
sounds-
great. 45 XP. Yeah. See you guys later.
Bye!
Bye.